Oh, snap. It is Thursday night. That must mean Dungeons and Dragons with the most popular Dungeons and Dragons crew. Oh, wait, no. Dungeons and Dragons with us. Actually, that's what I mean. Dungeons and Dragons with us. Nerd League Gaming. We are glad to have you guys out. Hope you're all staying safe in the COVID-19 world pandemic where we're all locked in our homes and it's, I don't know, what's...
You guys are locked in your homes?
The world's a crazy place, my friend.
I was locked out of my home yesterday.
They were like, you're getting the COVID whether you want to or not. I just
was
said
out on
COVID. Wow,
I was
I
out
just
on
said
my
COVID.
porch, but my
COVID,
porch
you
is
get
15 feet off the ground, so I couldn't
You're
go
getting
anywhere
that
anyway.
COVID.
Oh,
You could
I
have
would've
jumped
jumped.
15 feet. You wouldn't have
Come on.
died.
Nothing. Come on. Maybe break an ankle.
Okay,
just
here's the
wanna-
thing. If I jumped the 15 feet, that's fine. It just I couldn't climb back up in case anyone I couldn't get to my front door. It was locked
Yeah.
anyway, so I
should've
couldn't get to 15 feet back up.
And if you jumped, you should have stuck the blade landing too. So
Yeah.
that's the
Superhero
only thing.
landing.
There is some fun, very fun sort of meta irony in the idea that, of course, Anna's character is the quintessential killer of doors, and Anna, the player, of course, was greatly stymied by a door.
Doors got their revenge.
Yeah, they
See?
finally got their revenge on me.
Cosmic karma, baby. That's what it is. We are Nerd League Gaming, and it is Thursday night, and we're glad that you guys are here. We are doing our usual night of social distancing Dungeons and Dragons. We were like social distancing way before social distancing was cool.
Before it was
so
cool.
yeah, man, we're like
It was cool.
way ahead of the curve there.
Social hipsters.
We what do we have going on here today? Our store is still open. That's fantastic. The good thing about virtual stores is you can still buy stuff even when you are checking out things from home. We are
You can
also
wear a crop top around your house all the time now. No one's gonna judge.
boom. I do. Well, my wife judges me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. She's like, dude,
And
seriously.
my kids are scared.
But I'm having fun.
Hey, you
That's
know,
all that matters.
there you go. Let's see. So Anna had some big problems with doors. That's fantastic. Anybody else have any other cool real life stuff that we want to mention before we get into the thick of things this evening?
Getting a puppy.
No.
Yay! You're getting a puppy? What kind of
Yeah, well,
puppy?
No.
Beagle, purebred,
Oh.
blue tick. Hopefully.
I'll trade you.
Are you gonna send pictures of it in
Oh,
chat?
definitely.
Because
There'll
I
be
want the
definite
puppy.
pictures.
Oh, that's gonna be the new
Almost punched the
companion.
shit out of a toddler.
Yeah. Oh, I have a baby.
Not
oh
mine.
yes.
It was someone else's toddler.
That's even better.
Oh, speak.
'Cause
Speaking
I'm
of
a-
beating kids,
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
best segue ever.
Yeah. In fact, speaking of puppies, I next week am going to have a kid, another kid.
A human puppy.
Yes.
Human
Human
puppy.
puppy.
I swear if I figure out how this keeps happening, I'm going to have some serious issues.
Do we
with-
need to talk
see.
how sex works to you,
Yeah,
Roy?
not-
Like, do we
not
need
now.
to explain the birds and the bees to you?
later.
There's one of two operations that can fix this.
Another. Oh, it's
Yeah.
scheduled. Well, it
Or
was
you can just
scheduled.
Up your pull-out game. I mean, really.
It was no. It was
If you
scheduled.
don't have to touch it after you pull out, then you're doing something wrong. You should at least have to touch it. Give it a couple jerks after you pull out.
Hey, that's pretty
How it
good. What do we
goes,
got?
right?
Six
Otherwise, your pull-out
minutes.
game is weak.
That's good. We got
No, just-
6 minutes till we earned our not safe for work rating or our mature rating. Excellent.
Man.
Very good. Very good.
It was immediate.
I like to set that up early.
Immediate.
I do. But yeah, so the upshot of that is that I am having a human puppy next week. So next week I am 100% out, and I believe, and this is up to some debate, but I believe that Senor Fox is going to resume the game he had from a few weeks back.
Definitely will.
We'll let you guys know
Definitely
for sure. There is a solid chance that the week after that it'll be the same story. We'll leave that a little bit up in the air, but solid chance that the next week or two I am going to be out of commission. So we're gonna play that by ear. So at least 1 week, probably a couple of weeks, where the Fox is going to run things.
Fax
and,
works.
Yep, keep things rolling, man.
Fox. The
So
Fax Fox.
same
They're all
amazing
good.
cast.
They'll work.
Double F.
We'll be here Thursday, man. This is awesome.
Beelzebub.
Speaking of facts, I got one super quick shout out. I want to tell you, Fax Fox plays 7 Days to Die. I'm not even lying. And he streams this stuff, and you need to go watch his show from today. It's just like, maybe you don't like 7 Days to Die. That's fine if you don't. But it was like the most exciting, thrilling
Just
thing.
the horde. Just the horde.
I
The
don't
rest
know
of
how
it's
he
kind of
survived.
boring.
I don't know how it was anyway, sorry. It was super fast. I nerded out so hard on that I needed a cigarette when it was done. And I don't even smoke. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, man, look, it happens.
High praise. You're gonna make
There's
me blush
not
over
a
here.
Cole or an Ordath in Fantasy Grounds. Just letting you guys know that.
What the
You might want to get on Fantasy Grounds, boys.
Come on, people.
Well,
We're the professional
it's been
operation
loaded for
here.
a long time.
Yeah, it's been loading for a long time.
These I don't believe you for a fucking second.
What? What?
Speaking of D&D, this is the great time to get into our weekly segment that we call the Great Zavroski Recap of Last Week. John, what kind of notes do we have? What happened last week? So we're all on the same page as to what's going on this week. Once our players get connected to the virtual tabletop.
It's
Lots-
sitting here
lots-
loading.
Lots happened last week.
Uh-oh.
We picked up with Cole, Elona, and Jake heading towards Zelifar, where Jake took off his glove to reveal to Cole his new scar from his pact with Zelifar. Jake is actually kind of sickly looking, but Cole says it's kind of normal since he went through his own pact, and the power you feel afterwards is great. Jake's not feeling the power yet, and is actually able to feel his pulse through his hand. And Elona kind of lets her distaste known about Jake's decision and storms ahead of the group a bit. Eventually, they get a boat and row out to visit Zelfarn. Jake ends up downing all of the people's water skins as he's very thirsty, and then takes a quick nap in the middle of the boat as the other two row out. He casts a quick thunder wave, and a couple minutes later, Zelfarm pops out of the water. Zelfarm starts talking very proud and a bit pompous about dragons as the group discusses the pact with Jake a bit, and Cole mentions having a pact with a goddess, but Zelfarm's kind of not really into that. He's keeps on touting the dragon blood and power and pact that he made with Jake. Jake's a bit loopy and doesn't really know what they came to talk about. Elona has to bite her tongue a bit and actually ends up walking to the far end of the boat to not get angry with the dragon during the encounter. Eventually, Jake remembers a bit and he asks Zelfarn how a dragon could get into Waterdeep. And Zelfarn says it cannot be done, as there's wards around the city. He talks about how the wards kind of slowly make him not want to be in the city anymore the further he goes in, and he suddenly wants to leave after he's been there for too long. Cole shows Zelfarn some of the notes about a dragon being moved to in the city, and they have a bit of a debate about whether that might be an actual dragon or gold dragons. Eventually, Zelfarn kind of gets off on a tangent about how he doesn't know why poets don't lead society or human society, and gets into a long speech. The group manages to get him to stop after a bit,
The very verbose dragon.
and
There's a lot of time alone, man. He's looking for some good conversation.
I hate him.
and then they do say that they need to leave as Jake needs to get some rest and get better. And Zelfarn goes into a bit of a speech again. All right. I also forgot. Zelfarn said he's willing to experiment with the dragon wards of the city, and he'd love to wander Waterdeep. But as they're about to leave, Zelfarn gets into his poet speech again, and the group says that maybe he needs to talk to Zavroski. They eventually leave, and Jake has fallen asleep on the boat again. Elona actually picks him up like a kid, throws him over her shoulder, and they walk back, briefly getting stopped by a guard halfway back to the tavern, but they manage to tell the guards that Jake is sick, and they're like, oh, sure, sick. But they let Cole and Elona pass.
Wait, he has coronavirus? He has to self-isolate.
I tried, but everybody wanted to be in my room when I was trying to self-isolate.
Leave me alone, you bitches. Go away.
Once they're back at the tavern, Cole inquires about Elona having a bit more restraint than usual these days, and she says Jake is sick and that he comes first. Jake's actually has a fever that picks up when they get back, and Elona does not leave Jake's room. Cole goes to pray to the Raven Queen and feels a bit of a calm acceptance with her from handling the prior events in the City of the Dead and just in general. He then prays again for Elona to see her mother's face again, but does not get any further response. After that, Cole brings Elona a bottle of wine, and she gives him all of her gold to see if he could get some medicine to knock Jake out to keep him sleeping so that he can rest and get better. She says to send Ardath up to help, as he's a cleric. Cole then comes down and finds Zavroski and Ardath have come back from their visit with Renair, and they talk a bit about how Jake has a fever and Ardath is asked to go check on him, and Zavroski and Cole are going to go to the druid shop across the street to potentially get some medicine. Ardath checks on Jake, but finds out he's not naturally sick, and the problem is actually coming from his scar, which is hot to the touch. Elona likes to say, or says, it's just his own stupidity.
It was my
And-
stupidity.
It really was.
I do stupid things.
Ardath started to explain that he doesn't have the power to help. And Elona asks further about what's going on, and eventually she hugs him and starts crying. Elona asks Ardath to say that Jake will be okay, even if it's a lie, but Ardath can't lie. He tells her he will do anything to help. And if Jake is taken, Ardath will make sure to bring him back to Elona with whatever power he has.
Big promise.
At that moment, Elona brings out an old dried pressed flower to give to Ardath, but he does not accept it, pushing it back while revealing a ring on a necklace of his. He says, "It's okay. I have my own reminder." He leaves to get some towels and equipment, has a mini panic attack in the hall for a moment after a touching moment between the two. During that, Zavroski and Cole visit Fala Lefalier, the good old druid, at her shop, looking for herbal remedies for Jake. They talk about needing a tincture to knock Jake out, to have him rest better, but she ends up calling it a poison, and so they only buy
Well,
a day's
mechanically-
worth.
Yeah, mechanically works as a poison. It's sort of
It's
a,
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
So they only buy a day's worth for some gold, and when they mention about the nibble rate, she's very nosy and wants to get more information, but the two don't mention any names or give out any real information.
How's she gonna gossip if she doesn't have any gossip? Come on, guys.
Gossip.
Come on, man.
She doesn't need gossip. She's by herself.
Help an
leave her
herbalist out. Come on.
After that, everyone returns to see Jake, and they have the tincture, the good old poison to knock him out, but they're a bit worried about giving it to him, and while that's being discussed, Jake finds himself lucid.
Yeah.
And in the middle of it,
I'm
Jake
alive!
suddenly speaks up and manages to get out. I made a blood pact with Zelfar. And all of a sudden, he seems much better, pretty much asymptomatic. And he mentions, I learned it from one of your books, Zavroski. And Elona ends up storming out at that moment.
What?
Oopsie doopsie.
Zavroski asks Jake about this, and we soon learn that it's actually from the cat lady we saved many sessions ago. That the book, instead of actually being Zavroski's, but Elona's already stormed out at this point. With that, Ardath went to check on Elona, and she is punching down to the bricks of the wall in her room.
Making a new window.
She's very pissed off, and she goes into a good old rant that you probably want to see the clip of, but the gist is I don't want Jake to die. I found out my mom died, and he got the book from Zavroski, and now I want to kill Zavroski, but I can't because then Jake will be unhappy.
Man, you got problems.
And-
Trouble.
and,
We have trouble. It's different.
There's so much trouble.
Then
Trouble's all over the place.
Ardath's trying to talk to her, but he sees her whip out some wish and sniff it off her finger.
Oops.
And with that, Ardath leaves, slamming the door shut behind him. And Elona isn't too phased from it because the wish is taken over and she's in a great mood. While that was happening, Zavroski, Jake, and Cole start talking about the castle owners. Zavroski brings up how they also are looking for the treasure for their cursed children, and how they want to only pay out 10% of the total prize and take the rest of the money to pay a ransom for their children's souls. No one in the group really wants to ally with the Castellanders. Cole makes a good old comment about why not take it all for ourselves? It's not like the Castellander line will continue.
Ooh. So the story with that, just to recap really quickly, is that the two young children that Zavroski is currently mentoring in the musical arts, bright, smart, amazing children, apparently their souls have been barded to Asmodeus, and the Castellanter family has approached Zavroski needing that trove. They have been selling off every asset they can, and they are trying to, I mean, they're a super preposterously rich family, but 1 million dragons is just an amount of gold that even they can't come up with.
They should have thought of that before bartering their children's souls.
No,
Sounds like a them problem.
No, it's not they. It's they did not do that. So that's the thing, is that they're trying to save
Still
their
sounds
kid.
like a them problem.
All I'm only establishing
No
the
empathy
situation.
from this group.
I'm only establishing the situation. Is that this is, yes, their children were bartered, not them, but their children were bartered, and they're trying to like do everything they can to save their children. So they're offering to say, hey, we'll give you the resources at our disposal, which you imagine could be pretty significant resources. Castellanter family is one of the very most powerful families in the entire city of Waterdeep. This is a huge ally to have, and they're offering you everything they can if you can track this down, and they're even giving you a portion of it, but of course they can't give you all of it because they need it, is the story that you're given. Just saying.
Continuing, after that discussion, Ardath bursts in and actually lifts Jake up and asks him, how long has she done it? Referring to the wish that Elona just had. And everyone tries to calm him down. Jake says she's done that, she's done that since the monastery. I thought I had her Spanish. The group tries to explain the situation a bit to Ardath, and after that, he finally releases Jake and heads downstairs, taking off the necklace from Elona, leaving it on the counter, and heads out.
Not okay.
Ooh.
Not okay.
Cole goes to follow Ardath, telling Leaf to put the ring in a safe place, and Zavroski leaves to check out what Jake actually read in that book on dragon sorcery, and brings it back and watches over Jake a bit while reading. While that's going on, Elona followed Cole down the stairs a little bit sneakily and grabs the ring from Leaf. Out on the street, Ardath is wandering away, but Cole follows to have a discussion with him. Elona comes out to see what's happening, still quite high on wish, and does a great job trying to sneak up on them.
Dun, 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 dun,
And they pretend they can't see her, obviously sneaking up in bright daylight. Cole says to Ardath that leaving in this type of situation is not the best idea. He doesn't know Ardath's relationship with Elona or how it ended, but she is Cole's friend and he wants to help her. Ardath then gets into his stories about how 2 years ago he helped a family. A few things went by and things were going missing. The daughter would show up with a bruise, and she said she fell. As the time went on, the mother's health worsened, and the daughter came back with more bruises until all of a sudden she stopped showing up altogether. Her mother said she ran away from the temple, which Ardath believed, until later they found the body and found out the mother was actually addicted to Wish, and she was finding other ways to pay for it since she had no money.
Dum dum dum.
With that, Ardath continues saying he thought he lost Elona 4 years ago, and if she's going down this road, he doesn't know how far he could follow, and that he needs some time. Cole tells him that this is a hiccup and she needs all of her friends now, and that ostracizing her will make her want to use it more. With that, the two part ways. Ardath goes for a walk around the city, and Cole goes in, ignoring the obvious Elona hiding behind some kind of trash can or something as he walks. With that, once Elona comes back in, it's like a mini intervention where Cole and Jake ask for the wish from her, saying that they're worried about her and that they thought that she was done with it as she'd made such good progress. Eventually, they convince her to hand it all over. She tries to keep one for herself, but Cole has too good of an eye and makes sure to get all of the girls. With that, we send a bird to Barnabas to come find out what the City Watch investigator might have found out. Turns out that the City Watch is slow as molasses, and they have no new information at all. They haven't even found anything the group has found out yet. And he tries to find out what we've figured out. In the meantime, we don't really give him anything, but he assures us that the City Watch is on the case. With that, Jake wants to talk to Elona before we potentially visit the Growlhounds, and with Zavroski wants to make sure that someone tells her that the book about the dragon sorcery was not actually his.
Ugh.
Oops.
With that, we cut to Ardath. He's been wandering the streets, and he was actually planning to come back sooner, but he got lost in Waterdeep for a moment. He manages to ask about the half orc with a short fuse and gets quick directions back to the tavern. And when he comes back, he apologizes to everyone. And we tell him that we have confiscated her wish. While that's happening, Cole goes up to find Elona, and actually Jake and Cole go to search for where she is. She's not actually in her room, and Cole finds her praying and talking to the Raven Queen. She's asking the Raven Queen to send her mom to her for guidance. And Cole comes in on it and reassures her that the whole group is in her corner, even Zavroski. They have a conversation about how she's unhappy about not being able to help Jake in the same way anymore. And Cole points out that Jake and Lola like to try to out-protect each other. They all keep on worrying for the other more than themselves. With that, we find out Jake was actually listening just on the edge of the conversation. And he comes in to say he wants to get more power to make sure he can defend himself and not burden Elona with his issues anymore. And the time for Wish is over for both him and Elona. And at the very end, Jake does mention that the book was not from Zavroski.
Hey.
And by the way,
That's where we left off.
Damn.
Crazy cat lady, not Zavroski.
Wasn't
Wow.
him. Don't kill him, please. Thank you.
All right. So that was an action-packed episode of drama. I guess it is the end of the day tonight. We'll end this day tomorrow. New day. All right.
We have some rich people to go beat up, right?
Yep, and
Do you?
technically Zav needs to go to his lesson. So he didn't quite get a full answer from the group about what he should divulge. He thinks that he should come back.
Anything you want, just not anything about the vault.
Mhm.
I think that's what we had said.
What about the Grauhums?
Mm.
That might be just us two.
All right. Well, tonight does go by uneventfully for most of you, except for Cole.
Shit.
God damn it.
More dreams.
Cole, you find tonight you do have your dream. In fact, the dream starts off as the same familiar dream you've been having, right? This dream of the city of the dead, and as it opens, you're like, oh, I thought this was done. Like you find yourself sort of in the stream, sort of with this feelings, right? And of course, you're not in control of this. It's just sort of zooming out of your control. But you're frustrated because like I thought we dealt with this. I thought I did this. I thought this was okay, and it comes into the city of the dead, and the city of the dead is quiet, except for a single raven in the distance. Ah! Ah! And your dream sort of zooms over to this raven. And for a moment, you see the city of the dead from the view of the raven, and you realize the city is quiet. And you feel this sort of sense of peace, this sort of sense of achievement, as if the raven is happy with what you have done. And then you're Caw! And you're once again in front of the raven, and the raven has a small parchment tied upon its leg, and you're like, wow. And you take the parchment and you open it, and your reward is in fact this parchment, and you're sucked into the this reward, and then you find yourself in this misty lane, walking upon a road, feeling achieved, but upon a road, and you take a few steps upon this misty road, and the mist part back to appear, and you find yourself at a junction in the road, and you know that you can only go one way at this time. Off to the left, you hear a familiar voice of yours. Cole, I have to ask you something about my mother. Cole. To the right, you see a glimmer, a light shine. Probably the light, a glow, an eye-shaped glow. But you are not close enough to see it. You can't see what comes from the path to your left, but you can hear the call, Cole. And to the right comes the glimmer of this eye-shaped glow. Which way do you go?
Oh.
His initial instinct is to go for the glowing eye. But he knows that his friend is a mess.
Don't do this to me. God damn it, Hector. Don't do this to me
He knows that
already.
his friend is a mess. So
Okay, go.
he's going to answer her call.
God damn it, Cole.
Love is strong.
All right. You go down
The eye.
You go down this pathway and you head towards your friend, and you see the mist sort of take shape, and you see the outline of a half-orc reaching, beseeching you, Cole, I need your help to contact my mother. And you head towards it, and the shape sort of reaches out almost to embrace you. And as it does, you hear this caw, and this raven swoops in and lands on the shoulder of the shape. And this raven, you see, is interesting because this raven seems to be, one of its eyes has a golden circlet around it. And you're like, what? And as you look at it, you sort of zoom in, and for the briefest moment, your mind sees the image of this glowing eye, or this glowing circlet. But you realize this glowing eye is actually a glowing circlet. And you almost catch a glimpse of a face behind this, but the dream evaporates and you wake up. You wake up, if nothing else, knowing that you have the thanks of the Raven Queen on succeeding on a mission that she wanted you to accomplish.
And the figure, did it look like Elona, or it was just hazy?
The figure was a shadowy image of Elona, but the face that this raven almost took over, it's like it's on the edge of your brain. In fact, In fact, maybe a perception check.
Sure.
I'm so upset already. How long are we in the game? How long? It's been 30 minutes. I'm already upset.
Yeah, it's like it's on the edge of your brain, and like it's almost like it's telling you something. This the glowing, the golden circle, but it's piecemeal. Dreams are ephemeral. It's really hard to kind of get around right now. But
the circlet, it was around the raven's eye, or it was like on its crown.
it seemed like no. One of the raven's eye. The raven looked at you, and as it looked at you, and it turned its head, and the other eye had this golden circle around the eye.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell. It's really hard to sort of remember all of this. But you wake up feeling good, and you're a little frustrated because you can't quite place what that face or what that person's visage was. But feeling that you've rested well tonight. Like you sort of wake up sort of full and satisfied.
Sweet. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was.
You should have gone for the hint of your dad. You should have gone to the hint of your dad. You should have.
Fine.
What? Hint of dad? I
He
was
didn't
just
because of Elona.
it's just a dream. Come on. All right,
Come on,
so
he heard you calling for help. When have you ever called for help?
That's fair. Elona doesn't come for help. You're right.
That's pretty funny. All right, so let's see who has plans today. I think Zavroski has plans today. All right, anybody else have plans today? We don't need plans today. Like we can do
The
downtime.
Growl Lounge. We were going to see the Growl Lounge today.
Well, that's I mean,
once Zav gets back.
all right. So Zav, you do your morning ritual. You take a you spend the 5 shards or I mean you could walk, of course. It's up to you. Yep.
Walk when he can take a cart.
He has an image to maintain while he's going in this place.
Yeah. So you guys see Zav come down here dressed in his finest, like strutting. He is well perfumed, well groomed. He is apparently got a hot date today.
Don't we know that he's going off to the Castellaners?
Hmm?
Like we know that's where
Likely.
he's headed, right?
If you asked him, yeah. You could probably infer.
That's what I'm inferring because of the conversation that we already
Yeah.
had about the whole Castellaner kids.
Yeah. Like you guys know that's what he does every few days.
Off to the Castellaners, Zavroski?
Yes.
What did you decide what you're gonna do about those the kids and the demons and the curses and all that stuff? Yeah. Huh?
Well, we have to find money before we can even decide what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but I mean, are you gonna get the information from them?
See what I can do without
I
playing
think-
our own hand.
Yeah, well, definitely don't give them information, but like get some
Well-
information if you can.
Give a little to hopefully get more. But nothing too important. Don't worry.
Just play your hand close to your chest. That's all I'm saying.
Always do.
Finger guns.
Please tell me you said finger guns.
I definitely
He
said
literally
finger
just said
Thank
finger
God.
guns.
Thank you, Jake.
guns.
What else would he have said? What did you hear?
No, I was hoping Jake said finger guns and
Oh, I
not
said it.
just
Oh.
make the
Oh,
finger
he said it.
guns.
No, he said it.
Oh, I'll be totally
Finger
just
guns.
wait. It's not cool to do finger guns, but it's cool to say finger guns.
No,
You have to
neither
do
of
them
those
both
are
at the
cool.
same time.
Yeah,
no,
you got
if you
finger
If you
guns.
finger guns, you can't just say finger guns or just do finger guns. You have to go finger guns,
Yeah, that's fair.
and then it's cool.
In D&D.
The world is moving on faster than I can possibly keep up.
Nuclear wars on the horizon.
Well, let's hope not, because that might disrupt my internet, and I need my internet to play D&D with you guys. So, I mean, nuclear war is all fine if they need to do that, but like, let's make sure the internet stays here. And all right, so so Zavroski, you head to the estate. Of course, you're greeted per usual by what the hell's that guy's name?
See, Epic Otter knows. Epic Otter knows all about how to do finger guns.
How's looking through your list of NPCs, right? How's that going?
I didn't put it. Well, he's a butler. I didn't actually add him to my actual list of NPCs. He's under the. Hang on. He's under the Castellanter. Purington.
Damn, didn't even make the list.
Purington. Well, I didn't.
I was gonna say Percival, but I know that was wrong.
No,
so.
Purington. Yes. Sorry. Well, some people are their own entities. Some people are just like. I give away too much. Do not. Purington, dressed in a sharp black suit, wearing thin rimmed spectacles, greets you as you come up. And he is, good day, sir. It is good to see you. Prompt, as usual, Zavroski.
Of course, as usual.
It is good. Your reputation certainly bears you well, and you bear it well as well. Follow me.
Of course.
And he takes you.
A fine compliment, Purington.
He takes you through the estate, and you actually notice, like as you head out into the through the estate into the area, that courtyard area where you guys usually do your lessons, you see a couple of eyes peeking out, and the children actually like seem to be eagerly looking at you. And as you see them, like you see their eyes light up, the eyes light up, and they disappear. And as you open the door, they're once again sitting studiously on the lawn waiting for you, but smiling. And Purington says, I see you have made a friend of the children.
Of course.
Well, that is good. Perhaps it will aid you in your decision in whether or not to aid the lady of the house. And before you can respond, he sort of closes the door. And the kids are like, Zavroski! And these are like your typical super cool kids. Like they're bright, they're smart, and they clearly are very enamored of you. And you have a fantastic lesson as there.
It's a teacher's dream.
Yeah, it really is. These are like, it really is. These are some of the best people, not kids, but like best musical people you ever worked with. They pick things up immediately. They're so fast, so sharp. They really are. And on top of that, they're respectful, and they seem to genuinely enjoy what you guys are doing. It really is like a dream. Like, so Zavroski, when are you gonna come visit? We can tour the whole estate. Where can we take you?
Whenever I'm allowed. I thought last time you asked, I wasn't allowed to do so. But I can ask.
That's true. Well, maybe that wasn't. Maybe you can come see our rooms. Our rooms are cool. They're so cool. We love them so much. It'd be awesome.
Do you have some great souvenirs or items?
No, we need great souvenirs or items. We get to go out.
What kind of things? Maybe I could bring something next time.
Oh, no, we'd rather go out. We should go out. You could take us out. You're a friend of the family now. You could escort us out off of the grounds, Zavroski. You think he would? He might.
Do you think I'm allowed to do that?
Well, perhaps not.
We could see. I'll ask.
Perhaps.
At some point.
Wait, no. Wait. And they look at each other conspiratorially. Maybe instead of asking, we could just meet you. We could meet you at the back gate one night, and you could take us out one evening. After we've been put to bed, you could meet us, and then we could go on a grand adventure, Zavroski. You're talking very low right now.
What kind of adventure would you seek to?
I don't know. You would tell. You're the adventurer. You're the great Zavroski. But we could find some fun things to bring back. You could take us. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? And the girl's like, yes. You must.
All right. Give me 3 days to think of it, and next lesson we'll make a plan.
3 days.
I need some time to plan. Great adventures are not just on a whimsy. You need to plan.
All right, roll me a persuasion check, Zavroski. Oh. Okay, they're like, yes, well, that makes sense. Fine, sure, okay, yes, well, yes. Oh, the grand adventure. Shh, we mustn't tell anyone. Zavroski, don't tell anyone. They won't let us leave if they find out. But we have the key to the back door, don't we? And they look at each other. Yes.
So cute.
And we'll get out. And we'll yes, that would be the most fun ever. Okay, we will see you in 3 days for our next lesson, and then we'll make plans.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll think of some ideas, and it'll be great.
Zavroski, you're the best. He's the best. Yes, we must be diligent, though. Mother will expect us to progress. She will indeed expect us to progress. Very well. Teach us, Zavroski. Teach us. And they hungrily eat up the rest of the lesson that you have for them of music in that day. And you guys, as you're done, you leave once again, and as you head out of the courtyard, the Lady Castle enters once again in that room, and she says, it appears you've had yet another good session with my children. They seem to be very fond of you, Zavroski.
It's hard to not have a good session with those two. They're very talented.
They are indeed. Though they are also very mischievous, Zavroski, and we have found that it is important to keep close tabs upon them, for they are very bright, and bright children, well, I do not know if you have children, but bright children can be a challenge to raise.
He has Elona. It's basically the same thing.
So, pray that you remember that.
Of course. Always.
Do you have any new information, I suppose, on well,
My group has been busy. We have been looking into the whole situation. We managed to talk with Kalaine. I don't know if you remember her. Old mistress of Lord Neverember.
Yes, I do remember that name. She was a bright star for a minute. Whatever happened to her?
She's still quite talented, but I think not all there in the head at this moment. Still quite a talented artist. But
She was on the scene for a moment, but then
sounds like
faded away
Jacob
quickly.
Neverember kind of extinguished her social presence
That
when
would
he lost
fit.
his.
And you see her very, very intelligent eyes calculating. That would fit. Zavroski, you are a font of information. You are I dare say, valuable ally. It is good to have you here. I think we have chosen very well in a tutor for our children. But please do not dally. The days are running out before we must present. Try to present the alternative for our children. Their lives are on a short fuse, a short candle at this point, I believe.
Well, with that, we did find possibly unrelated information, but it seems like some papers were pointing towards information about where this treasure may be.
And she actually puts down her wine. Yes. Tell me.
Well, there's some information past 4 years ago.
4 years?
Yes, I believe this was around the time that Lord Neverember left this, right before Lord Neverember left the city. So it would be potentially right around the time that he would have embezzled the funds. So it should be pertinent to.
What do you know? What is it?
Well, I know we had a letter from Dalakar, which was his right-hand man in the city, talking about trying to infiltrate the Enclave of Red Magic in the Castle Ward. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that group at all. We are still following up on that one, but if you have any information on who they may be or what they may do, that might further this.
Grace gives no clues, but she says, "Let me know what you find."
We also got a unsigned letter to Lord Neverember stating the last of the three eyes has been secured. So don't have a lead on that one yet.
Roll me a perception check.
Into that. Perception?
Mm-hmm. Her face says, she says, do you know what that means by the eyes?
No, we haven't gotten more information on that one yet. Still looking into it with one of our contacts.
Yes. Good. And she seems sort of thrown off a bit by that piece of information. Yes. Well, if you find what these eyes are, then certainly let me know.
Do you have any other information from your other parties that I could use?
Not at this time. But if we find it, I will let you know.
All right. And the last one, probably not as important. There was correspondence between a Hammond Craddock of the Distillers and Brewers Guild, just making it clear that he gave large bribes to cover up a scandal involving contaminated liquor in the dock ward. So I'm sure there's many more things like that happened over the years. So.
For the first time, the sort of mask that she puts in front of her facade sort of cracks, and she's like, "Well, that is business as usual for Lord Neverember. Now, was it not?"
I assumed it was.
Indeed. Very well, Zavroski, you are a fantastic asset. It occurs to me we're not paying you enough. Parrington. See that Zavroski's salary, his 10-day stipend is doubled. And he's, of course, ma'am. And
thank you, my lady.
Oh, no. You, Zavroski, you are a treasure. And let me reassure you and remind you that you have the resources of the Castellanter estate at your disposal. Should you find any solid leads on this place, these eyes, do you think there's anything to that, Zavroski?
There could be. I have a knowledgeable man looking into it for me, so hopefully he'll come back with some information.
I would.
Other leads to follow up as well. If you are very influential in the city, if I were to get into any trouble with anyone, is there anything I can...
Let me know. Mention my name, and if you must, send me a letter, and you have little to worry about. Do not worry.
Very well. Thank you.
All right, so you get back. It is early afternoon. Those of you who sleep late are just now waking up, getting down to the common area of the tavern. Those of you who are up early are looking at getting some lunch done.
I just finished breakfast.
Yeah, well, 11sies.
Are you trying to fatten me up?
Look, I'm just no fattening up
You
here,
have a
sir.
crazy high metabolism. No one's gonna fat you up.
You'll be fine. So someone said we have plans for today or no?
Well, once Zav's back, the Growlhounds, but other than that, I don't have anything to do. I don't know about anybody else. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the party.
Portoth hasn't left his room.
All right. So Zav's back,
That's brooding.
and you guys are in the main room. So scene opens, main room of the tavern. Ordath is still up in his room. The other three of you are downstairs looking at lunch, and Zavroski comes in. Zavroski. Yes. We are
40 gold?
at... Yes.
40 dragons?
Yep. We are at the beginning of next week. So, yes, 40 dragons in the pocket.
Damn.
Boom. Thank you for remembering how much I paid you originally, because I didn't, so. But doubling seems fair.
Okay.
All right. Zavroski walks in with a smile on his face and limping a little bit, carrying this big fat bag of gold he's got. No.
It's quite the pouch you got there.
Hey now, what?
Lessons pay well.
A large package, one might say.
Oh my god.
Look at Zavroski with that fat sack.
Oh
Oh, money.
my god.
The bulge is real.
Oh,
Though,
Children.
and we have not necessarily new information, but the lady was very interested in the 3 eyes. It seems like that might be worth pursuing in some fashion. I know Mert's probably already on the case, but definitely something that we want to look into further. She seems interested in it, which means we should probably be as well.
do you think it's something we should look into before the Growlhounds? As he takes a bite of his mutton sandwich.
I don't think we have enough to go on, really.
I swear to God, these
So I
guys
was
fucking-
hoping, I'm putting some hope in Mert and his information network at this point. But if he comes back nothing, we'll have to look into it ourselves, I suppose.
Maybe just ask around. Maybe something we can bring up with the Growlhounds. Growlhounds.
What do you
I
guys
can't
know
say
about-
people's names?
What do you guys know about the Growlhounds?
They have the
nimble rate.
nimble right that we saw. Well, someone saw throw. Definitely not a bead from a necklace of fireballs.
Listen,
You sound totally morose. right now.
Me?
Yeah, like somebody pissed in your Cheerios, morose.
I'm still upset that fucking Cole chose Elona over his dad. It's fine.
You should be.
I
That's
am
like
so upset. No, I am genuinely and wholeheartedly upset.
Like
You're
someone killed the
welcome.
puppy upset.
all right. So as
Zavroski will also mention the children of the lessons also seem to want to escape for an adventure, saying they had a key to the back door. So if we ever want more information on the castle matters, I could stage a diversion with the children, and the back door would be open for others.
Are you saying we stage a kidnapping?
No,
Okay.
I
No,
say,
I think he was just saying he was going to take the kids and the rest of us can go inside.
though I
Well,
don't
here's the
see how that
kids.
will help us yet, but perhaps we'll find more information that we want to look into what the castle lanterns have.
Well, I mean, they do seem to be willing to pay a lot of money for these kids. I'm just saying. I'm going to point that out right now.
I mean,
Mhm.
Sandwich.
it seems that some parents are very attached to their children and will do anything for them. I don't know if it's much more than that. They seem to be already selling off their own assets just to try to raise the money. So it might actually be that what they're saying is true.
Hmm.
Usually nobles don't sell off things unless it's absolutely necessary, or they can score a bigger prize. Well, I suppose that could be true in this case, but they're already very rich.
very, very rich.
Sandwich.
All right.
Ponders.
So time can pass, or
I'll go get Ordath from his fucking room because he's not up.
You're acting like a teenage boy in puberty.
He really
Uh-oh.
is.
uh-oh.
Which means
What
I'm
if-
not opening that door. I don't want to know what that looks like.
oh,
Oh
god.
crap. Oh crap. All right.
He opens
So
it butt naked.
we are
Damn it.
we
I was about to mime it. That almost got out of control.
this is a minute early, but we are going to close scene there as Elona heads upstairs. I'm going to get Ordath. She heads upstairs, and these very heavy footsteps
Reef, the popcorn.
go up the stairs. We are going to open the next scene outside of the door to Ordath's room in about 4 minutes. Take a quick break, guys. Do what you got to do. Come back. I'm going to try to resume right at 9 p.m. Central. It's about 4 minutes from now. Be right back. We are indeed back. Thank you for sticking with us. It's fantastic.
Back.
Quick shout out to Rob. Rob, nice to have you. By the way, every time I think of you now, I'm gonna think of the makeup I saw of you in the last. What was that game that you guys played, Anna?
Monster Hearts. Literally what Beast and I have been talking about
Look,
this
man.
entire time.
Look, the name of the game. It's yes. That's pretty fun.
Name of the
Technically, it's Monster Hearts 2, but yeah.
It was good stuff. It was really good stuff. All right, so we open this scene as Elona reaches the stairs of floor 2, heavily stepping up the stairs, and her gentle tap upon the door of Ordath.
Urdath gets up because he hasn't been asleep. He's just been sitting and thinking this whole time. So he got up, walked over, opened the door,
I'm
saw it was
punching him
Elona,
straight in the
and
jaw.
froze. Yeah,
I'm punching him straight in the jaw.
he's not even gonna try and resist it.
Okay.
All right.
Do you need me to roll to see if I hit him?
If he's not trying to dodge, then I guess not. You just punch him in the mouth, and he's like typical strong jaw. Your fist is like, gee.
Yeah,
Okay,
that shit hurt, but
that's,
it's not gonna knock me
18
down.
strength. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just saying. He's
I
got
was
a pretty strong
punching
jaw.
brick the other day. Literally punching brick.
So yeah, she
Gonna-
hits me. He steps. He like stumbles back.
She's gonna
stops.
grab the necklace that he gave to Leaf and just throw it at him.
He's gonna grab it. He's gonna catch it. He's gonna look at her and
We're leaving soon if you want to join us. We have stuff to do.
can we talk?
Fine. She'll
He's
step
coming.
into the room and just like kick the door closed behind her.
Elona. I need to talk to you about what happened. I know how passionate and argumentative you can be during our talks, but this one time, I need you to just listen to everything I have to say. And when I'm finished, I will leave and you can think about what I have said. And whenever you wish to reply, if you even want to reply, is all on you whenever you want. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, I sincerely apologize for the way I responded to seeing you do drugs. I should have handled that differently. It reminded me of something terrible that happened back at one of the temples that I was helping at, and I panicked. And he's gonna take the necklace and hand it back to her. I left this originally so that I would have something to bring me back, because I didn't know exactly what was going to happen when I left. But after I left, Cole stopped me and we spoke. And as I was explaining to him the reason I reacted the way I did, which I already apologized to Jake and everyone, I I realized something. I realized I was being selfish. I was mad because I felt the little girl I knew from all those years was gone. I felt I didn't know who you were anymore. And so I went for the walk. About halfway through my walk, it hit me. And I was livid. And you can see his eyes start to tear up a little. I wasn't mad at you though. I was mad at myself for abandoning you all those years ago. For the longest time, it was us, just you and me. And then I left, and you were alone for so long. I never stopped to think about how everything you dealt with since in my absence affected you. I should have been there for you to talk to. I should have been there to protect you. I should have been there. And he reaches for her hand. Do you let him? He grabs her hand. I should have been there with you. One of the worst things I've ever experienced was the evening after I left. We were setting up camp and we were next to a field of butterflies. I chuckled because I was reminded how much you were afraid of them. And then it hit me that I may never see you again. I have been stabbed. I have been burned. I have been shot with an arrow. But none of it hurt as much as what I felt when I realized that. Since then, not a day has passed where you weren't on my mind. I wasn't here, and he looks down, when you needed me, and for that I am sorry. I want to be here for you again, like earlier with Jake. I know you are furious with me, and you have every right to be, but please think about it and give me an answer tomorrow. I have finally come to grips with the fact that the girl I once knew has grown up and changed. I want to get to know the present Elona and hopefully one day get back to our days at the monastery. You are the most important woman in the world to me. And he'll let her hand go and like start getting all his stuff together to get ready and go.
She's gonna let him go. She's gonna let him go.
So everybody's going to, oh, not everybody, I don't know why I say everybody. He's going to walk downstairs to everybody and kind of smile and nod to everyone and just sit at the bar.
Is it time for that next whiskey, huh?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Leaf, 2 whiskeys over here.
Mm.
You want to sip this one?
Yes,
He
don't
just takes it back. to
don't
him,
knock
just
it-
Like
okay.
No, 100%. Boom. Coughs a little bit.
On the plus side, this is the from the whenever you guys call for a drink, of course, Leaf gives you like
this was the high
best,
shelf.
yeah, the
That was
better
the-
of
that
what
was
you
the
have.
sipping whiskey.
Yeah,
If I must say, Ordak, if you're gonna pound them back like that, you might want some of the ones down there next time.
Okay.
Please drink our well whiskey. Please don't. Please don't
Damn,
shoot our good
man,
whiskey.
You haven't earned the right to the good whiskey.
You just put a
Wow.
knife in everybody's heart down there going,
wow,
sipping whiskey.
man. All right. So yeah, you guys are, the 3 of you guys are kind of hanging downstairs, and you hear these even heavier steps down the stairs, and as Ardath goes up to the bar and has his drink. That's the current scene in the Why can I never remember the name of this goddamn place?
Spirit of the Hydras.
Hydras. I knew Hydras. Spirit of the Hydras.
The Hydra.
If we're about to leave, let me change my outfit.
Yarr!
Pirate, pirate, pirate.
And while I know some of you, especially Elona, are hoping for the pirate, I have a different. Maybe you've heard of Robin Cow from the Merry Men of Nottingham.
Robin Cow.
Robin
Oh,
Cow.
please let this
Do
be what I
tell.
think it is.
Do tell.
And he goes up. I'll be back in a moment. You'll see the outfit. He was from a merry band of men.
Oh man, tell me those green tights.
Please tell me it's Robin, like a cow in a Robin Hood outfit. So help me God, I will lose it.
No, he comes down and he's got a good old green feathered cap and green outfit on.
He bolts down the stairs.
With lycra.
Nice, Peter Pan. Got it.
Oh,
Good old Robin Cow.
all right. Robin Cal joins you downstairs. Up at the top of the stairs, you can, if you look up, you can see Elona sort of brooding, standing.
No, she'll come downstairs and act like everything's fine.
All right.
Everything's
So-
great. Everything's fine.
So what's the plan then, friends?
Grounds.
To the Growlhounds, no?
The Growlhound Estate. Fox, are you talking to us?
You're muted, Fox.
I thought
How
he
long
knew
have I
he
been
was
muted?
muted
I have no
himself,
clue.
like
I don't know either.
forever, since the Robin Cow.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
from you in a long
Oh,
time.
no.
Before then.
I haven't heard from you in a long time.
I sang Men in Tights and everything.
Oh, come on!
Oof. Can't go back. Can never get it back.
No, it's gone. It's over. The moment's passed.
Fine. All right, so the Growlhound Estate. All right. Yeah, you guys can get there pretty easily. You go up there. This is so the Growlhounds are not a major Waterdeep family. They're like a minor Waterdeep family, but still, I mean, they're a Waterdeep family. It's a big deal. Even a minor Waterdeep family has a walled estate guarded by guards, yada yada yada. You guys head there. It's early afternoon. So let's say noon by the time you guys get there. And yeah, there's a couple of guards standing outside, and you guys. And you approach the gates, and the couple of guards are like, "Hail, citizens!"
Hi there. We're here to see the Castellaners.
The
Growlhounds.
The Growlhounds. Sorry, Growlhounds. Yeah, Growlhounds. That's what I meant.
uh,
Talking to a lot of nobles recently. I'm seeing a lot of nobles, and I'm getting them all confused. My bad. Growlhounds.
indeed, yes. And who might you be, sir?
I am Jake Dean Melshimber of the Melshimbers. You may have heard of us, possibly.
No, I have not. In fact, do you have an appointment with the family?
Not as it were. That's what we're kind of here to figure out.
I see. Yes. Well, the family is not interested in taking visitors today.
Well, we are here on official watch business, so it's kind of important.
Official watch business. You are the city watch.
We are representing the City Watch, sir.
They seem very skeptical at your varied. Do you have?
Call up Detective Barnabas.
I do not know of a Detective Barnabas. You are not.
How are you even employed as a guard in this place? You don't know who the
Because-
Melshimbers are. We're one of the most respected families in Waterdeep. You don't throw a party without sending invites to the Melshimbers. You don't know who the fucking Melshimbers are? Jeez.
I'm sure.
This guy, can you believe this guy looking back at everybody?
I'm sure the Melshimers are a very respected family, sir. However, I am under strict orders not to allow anyone who is not expected.
Well, how do you get expected if you don't get to talk to anybody?
Well, I could deliver a message if you would like.
Yeah. Can you let them know that the Melshimber family would like to speak to them regarding a investigation that's being done by the the watch. That's the word.
Melshimber family would like to speak with them.
A member of the Melshimber family.
Zavroski will whisper to Jake, should we mention the Grey Hand too to speed things up?
Show them the token.
You said there was a like it's walled, right?
Oh yeah.
It's walled all the way around. Alona's gonna go off to the side of the wall and just
All right.
kind of see how tall it is.
It is basically a an 8-foot wall all around the entire place. That's the standard thing. Yeah,
8
it's
feet. Okay.
Certainly
We can
beatable.
cheerleader throw Jake over that if we need to. Got
Basically
it.
could.
Cannonball attack.
So technically, I can see over it.
Yeah.
You can't.
Wait.
You said 8 feet. I am 9 feet. So I got a whole
He can
foot of
see in that
vision,
yard.
baby.
You could probably just step over it at this point.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I guess you can. Yes. And then inside this is these well manicured grounds. This is the outer wall of this palatial estate that this place stands in. There's the occasional person milling about inside, but sort of your typical
I mean, then again,
Lord
all this information
Estate.
doesn't do a damn thing for me because I have no idea who we're here to see or anything about any of these people.
Very well, very good, sir. I will get this message to the family in
You
due
may also
time.
want to mention that it's a matter of the Grey Hands as well. We represent many top factions within the city. It's
And then
very
Cole-
important. And he'll
Cole will
flash
show his thing
Grey
too
Hand.
behind
Yes.
Jake.
Everybody, your Grey Hand tokens. Come on. These guys don't know that we mean business.
Yeah, they
here.
don't. They don't seem to recognize. These are sort of your typical guards, and they don't seem to be sort of in the know of whatever.
Of anything. These are the worst guards. These are worse than the City Watch that Cole has to deal with all the time.
Well, they're keeping you out.
Jesus.
That's the point. Anyway, he says, yes, I will get this message to the family, sir. Where may I direct the response?
We'll wait.
You'll wait here.
We'll wait right here, yeah, if you want to let them know. Or you can send it over to Samuel Dean Melshimber.
Well, I suppose you could wait. And he's gonna look at his friend, and his friend's like, very
If
well
we
then.
get a response quick enough, there's a dragon in for you, sir.
Oh, well, I'll send this right away. In fact, I'll personally deliver it. Pardon me, my lords. I'll be back shortly.
I'm a lady. Pointing
I'm
that
a
out
big
to
green
you.
lady.
I'm a woman. Do you not see
She's a
the
lady.
size of my boobs?
The boobs.
Goddamn.
The boobs. All right, so you guys are kind of hanging out, chit-chatting. Let's see. Can each of you guys roll me a perception check while you're sort of standing out here, just kind of hanging out?
I am going to make it a disadvantage.
Okay.
I don't even need to make it a disadvantage. I'm just eating my MLT, chilling here.
You haven't finished your
Oh,
fucking
dang.
sandwich yet, dude?
No, I've just got them. I got extras.
Seeing as I can see over
An
the gate,
MLT to go.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nat 20
Fair.
with that tall vision.
Constantly munching MLTs at this point.
I want one. Share.
I got a half MLT for you. Mutton lettuce, tomato, nice. Just
All
a
right.
thin layer of mayo on each slice of bread.
Let's see.
Perfect.
Cole 16. Zavroski Ardas. All right. So you guys.
I'm leaning up against the wall, just munching away. Take a quaff from my water skin.
I'm ready. Let's see what happens.
I want to ask Jakey for advice, but not here.
All right.
Not in the present company.
Let's see. So Zavroski, as you guys are kind of hanging out, you're sort of like checking out things. You notice something interesting. There's a lot of people, you guys are in the middle of town, and there's a lot of people milling about and such. But you notice, sort of across the way, there is a what is a residence on the second floor across the way, and you notice that which you've over the course of maybe a minute or two while you're waiting, you notice that the same faces keep popping up in these windows across the street from you. And it's a couple of people, male humans, in fact. And you see a face sort of pop up in a window casually and look away. And then another face pops up in a window not far from there. And then not long after that, the first face kind of pops up again. So this sort of
Are
gets
they
on your
looking at us in particular, or at the mansion?
probably scoping things out in this area, but they've got a clear from across the street. They've got a clear view of the estate and this entire area. If you didn't know better, you would think that they were sort of scoping out this area, or keeping an eye out on this area at least. Ordath, you notice, in fact, looking over the wall, on the opposite side of the entire estate, like over the estate, the main estate is a 2-story building, and it's a palatial estate, so it's like a 20-foot tall building. Beyond that, what you make out with your 24 freaking perception check is you see this sort of, it looks like almost like, wait, what? And you realize as it peaks up, there are in at least a couple different areas. It looks like there are a couple of what are these? Well, let's get to the chase. Let's call these sort of some kind of eyes that seem to be almost floating in the air, but you realize they're actually attached to these stalks. So there's like these eyes up on the tops of stalks, close together, and there's like a set of 4, and then another set of 4 not far from there, and they're sort of like seem like way in the distance, but they kind of peek out and then go back down. And then another I'll go over here, they'll peek out and go back down.
I just see the eyes. I don't see anything that they're connected to.
That's what you see. Yeah, just these eyes and these sort of connectors, but not a... Yeah, it's very strange, very strange.
So,
but this is far away. This is like across the entire courtyard, behind the villa. This is probably at least 200 feet away from where you are currently. It's
but still
far
on their
away.
property.
Hard to tell. It's like
right.
These are things popping up kind of beyond the villa.
Right.
So
I will lean down so I can kind of, say this quietly to everyone. I will explain to them what I'm seeing and that, exactly where I'm seeing it. And just kind of, I don't know if this means anything to anyone, but that is what I'm seeing. They're just random eyes connected to stalks.
Does
just
it look like
poking out.
that thing that we have stuffed over the bar?
Does it?
in fact, it does.
It's almost exactly like that.
God damn it.
Interesting.
no.
We also have others watching the area in the building behind us. Second story. People keep on poking their faces at the window every once in a while. Looks like they're watching the area.
Well, they may have the same clues that we do.
Could be. Do you know those eye creatures? Did they pop up anywhere with the Xanathars? I know they used goblins. Obviously, we ran into those.
The Xanathar don't mind using more monstrous peoples.
Yep. In
But
fact,
They
these are sort of
definitely use little badass creatures all the time.
yeah. And for you guys that are associated with Xanathar or were associated with Xanathars, these are certainly common. The gazers are sort of common observers, tab keeper. Like they collect a lot of information for the guild. You guys would be aware of that.
Why, you guys are seeing these eye stock things?
That's
So
what
Ardath
Ardath
was
said.
saying.
Yeah, I am. I can see just over the gate, so I can see far back, and I
He's
see
got a
them.
much better view than the rest of us.
Yeah, it has its advantages sometimes, but I see them on both sides. There's one that pops out there for a little bit, and then another one that pops out on the other side for a little bit, and they kind of alternate.
Did they look like they were watching something specifically?
As you guys are
Us.
talking about this, the other guard actually comes back, and he is like, "My lords, I bear a message from Lady Growlhound," and he looks at Zavroski.
Zavroski's like flipping a coin between his fingers. He's like, all right.
He puts his hand out.
Do you have is it a spoken message or a written one?
It is a spoken message, my lord. I have delivered it
Very well.
quickly as you asked.
He puts the coin in his hand.
Ah, thank you, my lord. This is a very generous thing that you've done. Unfortunately, I have bad news to report. The Lady Growlhound is not interested in speaking with the Melshimbers at this time. In fact, she says, and I do quote, "If the magistrate has issues to bring to the attention of the courts, then he can summon the Growlhounds therewith. We are entertaining no visitors at this time. I am sorry, my lords, but it appears that the lady does not wish to see visitors at this time."
I'm gonna grab Jake, pull him aside really fast, and kind of as low as a voice that Elona can ever have. You know, now would be a great time to use the fact I know you can forge your dad's signature.
Yeah. But we would have provided, like, I mean, we could come back with paperwork like that for sure. I
All
can't
I'm
really
saying.
put it on the spot right now.
Well, I know that, but I'm just trying to make a plan.
Okay, yeah. No, I get you. It's a risky plan, but we could do it. And she said the courts. I heard the courts, right?
Yeah, well, that was that. Apparently, she knows.
So when she says the courts, I just want to confirm. She's saying like you're not going to get a private meeting here. Like you got to bring it to the actual court, like the courthouse.
It's a little hard to determine what she's thinking from this missive, obviously. But she seems to know the Melshimber name and associate it with crimes or being accused of crimes. And the message perhaps comes off as kind of defensive, as like, hey, if you want to accuse me of something,
Where's your warrant?
Yeah.
It's basically,
I'm back
where's
with
your
a
warrant?
warrant.
That's a long worded way of saying, where's your warrant? Or even perhaps even more than that, even sort of like, hey, if you want to come in with a warrant, then send it through the system, buddy. Or yeah, something like that.
Cole's gonna pull Zavroski by the sleeve and lean into him. Should we tell them about the Watchers?
Well, do we want to find out what the Watchers know before we tell these fellows? That's the question.
They might give us an in by telling them. Is my only concern. But I'm not used to dealing with nobles, so you are more inclined to that.
Sir God, what's your name?
By name?
There's 2 guards, right?
Yeah, there are 2 guards. I mean, this is like the 2 guards at the gate. I mean, there are many guards. Every family is entitled to have 2 score guards, and that's basically what happens. So you're sure there are many more guards, but these are the 2 like gate guards currently. Yes.
Yeah, he's asking the gate guard. He just can't have the coin in his name.
My name is Alfred, of course.
Not a Bob.
I've wanted to, but
Alfred Bobson.
I'm trying to branch out. Alfred Bobson, I like that. That's good. Why do you ask, my lord?
Just want to get to know you a bit better. I do worry for your safety, good Alfred. There seems to be others watching this area that aren't the Watch.
What do you wait? And they sort of like put their hands on the weapons and they what do you mean?
You mean you haven't noticed?
I've noticed all of you here.
They really are quite dense.
Just like the actual.
Perhaps we could help you with these potential problems and get a audience with your lord and lady.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just need to make sure that you guys don't come in because the lady does not want you in.
Feckin' eyeballs looking over into whatever the hell you have back here. If you want it gone and you don't want to have to fight it, we can fix it, but we want to get in.
I don't see. No, you cannot get in. That is no, absolutely not.
And they also fight you and then get in.
Yes. Well, you seem to be someone who could take care of herself. However, you cannot overcome the guard of the estate. And even if you were able to, could you then also overcome the watch of the city and all of the city's defenses as you attacked a noble house? I think not.
But then you should protect the house better than you are doing currently.
They're actually currently
because you have spies behind your house and you have spies up there.
Yes, and they're holding their weapons out. Like, I'm sure you'd like us to look away while you try to sneak in. Now, be gone, vagrants. You have spent your time here at the Growlhund estate. We have eyes on you, and we shall put your descriptions out to the rest of the guard, and they shall know.
Because you seem to be failing at, protecting anything.
Oh,
or knowing anything. You didn't even know who Jake Melshimber was. What the fuck?
That's true. That's true.
Alfred, my friend, it's not even us to worry about. There's men spying on you from the windows.
Yes, I'm sure there are. He looks at you. I'm sure there are men spying on us from the windows.
You can keep your eyes on us.
Yes.
While your friend looks up there.
All right, fine. Hey, Bob, look up there. It's like, all right, it looks up.
Oh my
god. Terrible roll.
Yep.
Terrible
There's lots of windows. Yep, sure. I see people living here.
Guards. I hate guards.
Yep. Nope. That's what I thought. See, Bob knows. Bob's eagle eyes. He sees nothing. Now, be gone, vagrants. Be gone before I lose my patience with you.
You'd attack us on the street.
If I did, it would be in defense of the manor of a noble
You are
house.
an idiot. You are an idiot.
And
Cole walks the fuck away before he does something stupid.
Elona's gonna do something stupid, but she's not gonna hit them. She's gonna do something other stupid. Once everyone walks away.
Yep.
I want to take I want to take the plate that has that's basically a hit on anyone who sees the plate that we got from that room, and I want to try and sneak. Yeah, I want to try and sneak into the guardhouse and leave it there.
Nice.
All right, what wait, okay. Now what plate is this?
The symbol, the mark from the Xanathar.
That basically says we're gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna take one of those and plant it in their guardhouse.
All right, it is the middle of the day. That makes it a little bit harder.
I can wait till night. I don't care if
where is the guardhouse from where we are right now?
So this is like a this is the main gate open to the estate, and there's like a little checkpoint, right? So it's not like an actual guardhouse, but like a little couple of buildings where guards could sit in to escape the heat, stuff like that. You're sure, knowing the typical layout of these estates, that somewhere in this estate there is an actual barracks, like that houses the other almost 2 guards that are almost surely here somewhere. So, the estate has, there's a big estate area, but right here where you are is just kind of the gates and like...
That's no fun.
Yeah, so if you want to get into the estate, you can. I'm just saying right where you are, it's just like basically the main gate in. It's not anything significant.
No, I'll say that.
So I want to just go and see my dad and get an audience with this person because I can use my position of privilege, and it says right in it you can secure an audience with a local noble if you need to. The very last line of position of privilege, so I can go and get a writ to go and get a meeting with these people like that. Part of my character.
All right, that could take time.
Let's talk to Sammy.
That's what I'm thinking. Just go to my dad quickly.
Let's go barge and talk to Sammy, the whole group.
Yeah.
But it's
The last
part of my character's position of privilege is that I can secure an audience with a local noble if I need to.
Do we want to
All right.
make
I
sure
use
that
my
the
nobility.
do we want to make sure see what information the Watchers have before we leave?
I mean, we can go into the house where the people were watching from. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying to get to speak with Lady Growlhound, it's an easy accomplishment of just going and using the nobility that I have to do so.
Well, we can also just dreadedly split the party, send a couple people to go talk to these Watchers, and then a couple
That
people to
sounds
go
like a
talk
terrible idea when
Sammy.
we're probably going to end up fighting the Watchers.
Listen, you don't need Elona and Jake there. It's fine.
Well, Alona's the one that brought up using the nobility, and Jake's basically just bringing up that don't need to fake anything. We just go and actually get a piece of paper that says we're allowed to go talk to them.
All right.
So let's go deal with these Watchers, and then me and Elona will go see my dad. We'll get the piece of paper. We'll get that says we get to talk to this person. We're just asking her some questions. She seems pretty defensive for a lady who we just want to ask her some questions.
All right. So when you say go see the Watchers, give me some idea what that looks like.
Go into that house, figure it out. Why the hell are they
Go around
staring
the
at
house
us?
and
Yeah.
It's like
Knock on
storm
the-
across the street.
Not storm across the street, but like
Slowly
walk over.
meander.
Meander
Do
over
we
you.
not want the 6'8" half orc and the 9 tall Goliath to come? Because that
No, we can
seems
still
like it
meander
might.
with all that.
Well, I'm just trying to say, like, are you like spotting these guys and walking at them, or are you sort of leaving the scene and kind of making your way back
Let's
surreptitiously?
make our way over there.
Well, it's Zavroski who saw them, right?
Zavroski suggests we walk down that way and then come back under the building so they can't see us from the windows and try to enter the building.
I'm down with that. I can pick a lock.
All right, that's pretty easily done. So you guys, sort of flustered at the gate and you leave. You can make your way back around out, through the streets, city streets, and alleyways of Waterdeep are a myriad maze. It's crazy, but you can make your way back over there. And this house, as you get back there, is in fact locked.
Are you guys sure that there was somebody watching? Like it wasn't just somebody looking out their window casually? Like this is
I'm
legit
sure, Jake.
something sneaky.
I'm sure.
All right, I'll pick this lock.
All right,
So I can pick
could
this
just
lock then?
roll it,
Knock
baby.
on the door.
It's more fun to sneak in though, Elona. You know that.
I mean, it'd be
I'm
more
gonna
fun
use
kick it
use
down.
my one of my inspirations to re-roll that. Because I don't think that's good enough. There we go. I'll take the 27.
Wow.
Hey,
All right, wait. Hang on, let me get your.
There's a rogue.
Fox.
Yeah,
The
take away
rogue
one of
doing
my
roguey things?
inspirations.
Rogue
I-
doing roguey things.
Wow, yeah. So Fox, you are able to like super easily. Like at first, it's like your pick gets jammed. Like I can't. Oh wait a minute. And you. Oh, I see. And you bring another pick in. And,
Clever lock. Clever
Yep.
lock.
it is a clever lock, but not as clever as Jake Dean Melshimber. And the door quietly opens. This is a small residential. It's type thing. The lower area is a generic living area. It's all dark inside. The light comes in from the outside, but there's no signs of anyone inhabiting it inside. There are no lights burning, no candles, anything inside. The only light inside here is from outside. So the bottom floor is currently well lit, but only from the light spilling in from the door.
I feel like we're not going to be able to sneak with Elona and Ordoth here. So as we come in, Jake's going to be like, hello, don't be alarmed. We're heroes. We were wondering if we could borrow some brown sugar.
All right.
I love you,
Well,
Jake. I love you,
Don't worry,
Jake.
we're heroes.
Don't worry, we're heroes.
Don't be alarmed.
We're just breaking into your house. Ignore how easy it was for me to pick your lock. It's fine.
I'm
Door
a
was
hero.
unlocked. I don't know what you're picked the lock. I didn't pick any locks. No locks were picked. We saw the door was ajar. The door was ajar,
And we thought there was trouble.
We thought there
There
was
could be
trouble.
trouble.
Exactly. Lots of trouble can be happening in Waterdeep.
All right. The house is silent as you call in from the doorway.
Doesn't seem like anybody's home. Of course, the door was ajar, guys. I mean, there could be trouble in here. I feel like we should investigate. It's our duty as like official Grey Hands and Watch. It's just what we should be doing.
Are we official members
course.
of the Watch now? I don't think we signed up to be members of the Watch.
Technically, because
we
we're
sign up to be a member of the
investigating.
Watch.
We're investigating.
I feel like that's different though.
All right, Jake, you're sort of first in line. What are you? What's the plan?
Look, are there stairs to go up to another floor?
Yeah. There are stairs that going upstairs. Like I said, there are areas down here that you can't all see, and there are definitely stairs going upstairs. But the whole place is quiet and dark.
No movement whatsoever. We can't hear anything happening upstairs.
Icky, do you want me to go first in
You
case
did-
there is
you did
someone
it-
and they try and hurt you?
You did announce yourselves.
Zavroski,
Right.
You said they were upstairs, right? You saw people upstairs?
Yeah, they're upstairs.
All right,
And,
well, I guess
I'm
let's-
sure they're trying to hide as best they can now, but so
takes a bite of his MLT.
Ordolph
should go
starts walking upstairs.
Clang, clang.
Yeah, and you're like
Clang.
crouching. The ceiling in this place is only 7 feet high, so you're like crouching down, kind of very uncomfortable in this place, and going up the stairs. Like, stupid.
Gandalf in Hobbit Town.
Yeah, it really is. It's basically what it's like.
if you want some light,
Please.
I only have candles. Does one of you have a torch?
I do.
Do I have a torch? I don't think I
I
have.
have.
A torch on me.
I have a torch.
I have the light spell.
you can see in here because
Oh, you have the
there's enough
light
windows
stuff?
open.
Yeah.
There are windows open that it's visible to see, but it's
Okay.
like I said, there are no lights inside this place. Like normal houses that are lived in have something going on, but this place seems to have been fairly closed up, but no signs of life. Let's see.
So would I need the torch or no?
You don't, probably not. I mean, upstairs. In fact, upstairs is fairly well lit. Seems like the windows are open upstairs as you head up there.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys down here. Let's see. Roll me a perception check as Ordoth heads up the stairs. You can all roll this.
17, baby.
Ooh.
18.
All right, so you guys know Cole, Ardath, and Elona. As you're heading up the stairs, as you kind of hit your head, you see out in the one of the rooms to the left as you come in. You're in this sort of kind of common area, and as you guys are kind of spreading out, kind of looking around in here, Ordath is heading up the stairs. Over to the left, you see an arm from the sort of elbow up, kind of leaning out in the next room. Not the arm is, but that's only the only part of the arm you can see. You see like just an arm, like there's a where the vision's obscured, but you see an arm kind of lying out, just prone.
Like on the floor?
Like on the floor.
Are you gonna Jurassic Park us?
No.
Yeah.
Oh hey,
Grab it.
Ah!
Just noticing
Hello.
from where you are here, that's like something you see in this sort of kind of shadowed area, a shadowed house. You see someone's arm sort of like poking out from the door in the
Yeah, and it
room
looks
off
like
to the
they're
left.
laying down, right?
Yes.
So then Ordolph will run over to the doorway to see what's going on.
All right, so you start to head up the stairs, like wait, and you head over there. It turns out that there are, as you go around into this other room. So you're in the main entrance area. You head out into the left into this other room, and in there is a bedroom, and in this bedroom there are 3 corpses, 3 dead people who seem to have been not long ago killed. One of them is lying in the doorway, and their arm is sticking out, which is how you saw them. But the other 2 people are all dead. These seem to be all adult humans. There's a woman and 2 men that are slain in here. Two of them seem to be significantly older than the younger man.
All right, he's gonna look around real quick to see if he sees any movement from any assailants. And as he does that, he's gonna yell out, "We have dead bodies here."
Upstairs, Alona's going.
Yeah.
I think everybody's headed upstairs at that point.
So do I roll something?
I don't think so. Not for what you're doing. You're just telling everybody, hey, we have dead bodies here.
Well, and scanning to see if I see any movement, since
Yeah, no,
obviously some people were killed here.
There's nothing down here. Nope, no, nothing. Elona.
Yeah.
I need a perception check from you.
That's fine.
Hey.
20.
Boom.
Better.
Dirty
Hold on.
20.
That doesn't mean I lose automatically. Come on. Wait, hang on. Where is
Mutton sandwich.
Jake just have the munchies?
Jake's just on the stairs going.
Is that a side effect of
Always
making
swish.
a blood pact with a dragon? Is you
He's
get the
been-
goddamn munchies?
He's been hungry recently, so he's just
All
like
right.
packed up a few MLT sandwiches for the road and just kind of snacking on them as we go.
All right. I don't have a good map for this. Shit.
Whenever
All
there's a lull in gameplay, he's just gonna take a bite of a mutton sandwich. Now.
Elona, as you head up the stairs, you get to the top of the stairs, and the landing of the stairs, you notice easily that there are two poorly hidden men waiting for someone to come up the stairs. And as you do, they launch themselves and attack you, trying to
Cute.
stab you.
Cute.
Tell you what,
Now
Theater
we
of the
roll for
minded.
initiative.
Yeah, fine. You know, but
Let's
this
get
one-
ready to rumble.
fine. Okay, let's do initiative. Let's do initiative.
I mean, if they jumped me, they get an attack.
Yeah. I'm just. This isn't like.
Because anytime we try and do this shit, we have to roll initiative.
Well, no. I'm thinking the opposite. Like.
This is so easy for us.
So easy for you.
Look at
It's
that
almost not
tight-ass
even worth
grouping.
it. But you know what? Let's see how this goes. Let's see what you guys do. All right. So there are two thugs in here. So let's just. I have a good map for this. So let's say that Elona, you're in melee with these thugs at the top of the stairs. They try to attack you, but can't. And you guys hear Elona call out. Wait, Elona, why are you at the bottom of initiative?
'Cause I got a 7.
I'm changing that. Elona, you get a 20.
Okay.
You get to go first.
Perfect, thanks.
Wait, everybody goes
I'll take
first?
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck your initiative.
Let's
Fine.
go.
Yeah, you guys have okay. Yeah, so these two guys, so again, it's not dark because upstairs the windows are open because these guys are looking out the window. So it's lit, but it's there's no life in here, and the light coming in from the windows makes it fairly well open. These guys are trying to hide in the shadows. Did a shit job. In fact, they rolled a
Cute.
4, I think. And now they're trying to murder you as you come up the stairs, but you react quickly,
Not in a fucking mood.
and you.
I'm gonna. I don't want to kill them. Actually,
Just knock him out.
That's what I'm
You're
gonna do.
an unarmed fighter. You can easily knock.
I know but I wanted to do something fun and Elona-y, at least a little bit. Come on.
Yeah.
Grab them and twirl around.
One
and
must
just
go thrown out
them
the
down
window.
stairs.
Well, I was gonna pick one of them up by the throat and just toss him down the stairs towards Jake and be like, "Here, go, you deal with it."
Oh, that's good. I like the window, but that's good too.
Or over the banister, just straight down to the floor.
Yeah, I just drop him down, be like, "Here, go, you
Let's
deal with
see.
this. I don't wanna."
All right. We don't have mechanics for throwing people. Let's see. We have grappling. How do we do throwing
Is
people?
it? Wouldn't that kind of be like a shove type thing?
Grapple shove.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
shove
shove
is
him over. I
very
can
similar
shove
to
him over the
grapple.
banister too. If
I
we
suppose
need
a
to do
shove.
That.
I suppose a shove could be a pull. Sure. Okay. So we'll do a shove. We'll mechanically
Athletics.
call it a shove and resolve it that way.
So
Was that opposed?
athletics.
And I'll use my. Hang on. These guys are
I'm assuming
anything?
athletics with a thug, but or
Yeah,
strength.
probably, but they don't have. I don't think they have athletics.
23.
I think
Into
we
the
should-
strength.
Yeah, I don't think it's
With
gonna
the
matter.
So strength.
23.
Oh!
Like, Alona's just
All right.
so beefy.
He has to, so roll a d6 plus your strength damage from throwing him down the stairs.
Strength? Okay.
Right now, all these thugs have Ordoth's face on them.
Mm.
Oof.
10 damage, full damage.
All right, so he, this guy's like, and you guys hear this crash, and the banister breaks, and this human body comes rolling down the stairs.
That one's for you. Have fun with him.
Lands prone at the bottom of the stairs. All right, so Elona, who's after Elona on the stairs?
I believe it's
Cole.
me.
All right, Elona, then Cole, then who? On the
Zavroski,
stairs.
and then Ordath is upstairs, and then
Ordath is in another
and
room.
then MLT.
Then Jake's at the bottom. Okay, well, this works out well then. All right, Cole. Cole, you don't have 5 temp hit points, do you?
No.
No, that's old.
All right, Cole. So there is another figure upstairs trying to murder Elona. One just got thrown down the stairs, and you are sort of just behind her, not far from the landing where she's standing.
Sweet. How far am I away from the one that she threw down?
Let's say 10 feet. Threw down. 10 feet, sure. I mean, it's only a 2-story house, so it's not
Okay.
far yet.
Okay. Cole's gonna go down to him and try to tie him up.
Okay, it's probably another grapple check. Let's call that a grapple check. You're trying to grapple him and keep him from moving and start tying him up. Sure, because he's not incapacitated. Like he's, fully functional.
Right,
He's just
right.
prone. He's technically prone. But he is, fully functional, fighting you.
Cole wants to just jump on his back and try to tie up his hands.
Okay, so let's do a grapple check to start that. And that'll be basically you want to try to immobilize him. Then you can start trying to tie him up. So I'm going to do a strength check from him because he's strong, actually.
Flat 12 from me.
Ooh, yeah, he actually fights you off. He's like, he's a strong guy. Like he's a pretty strong dude. And he actually manages to fight you off from trying to tie him down.
Somebody give me a hand. Get some ropes on this one.
Okay. Also, remember, there is subdual rules. So when you do subdual, what's my current rules on subdual?
I'm not sure, so I wasn't even trying to hit him.
Hang on. The dual rule. When an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points for the melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. You can make the choice the instant the damage is dealt. The creature falls unconscious and begins to make death saving throws, or if applicable, the creature dies by massive damage. That's boring.
So we
That's
just choose
mechanics.
non-lethal when we do the last blow.
Yeah, that's boring though. This is way better. All right, forget I said that. This is way better. All right, Great Zavroski.
Great Zavroski gets out his rapier and goes to stand next to the one prone on the ground and points it at his face and be like, "We outnumber you, and she is much stronger than all of you here. Lay down your weapons and you may live." And he's readying an action to stab the guy if he tries to get up.
Okay, roll me intimidation, Zavroski. All right, good enough. He seems like he's like, oh, all right. He throws his short sword on the ground. He's like, I'm good. I yield.
Hog tie.
This is the guy on the ground though. This not the guy on the top.
Right.
The top goes on.
No, he's about to be the one on the top is about to be a red mist.
Uh-oh. All right, Ardath.
Did you want some thug salsa?
It's chunky.
Oh God, no, no!
He hears
come
that
on.
he hears that loud boom, and he turns around and sees this other guy attacking Elona and just loses it. How far is he from them?
Okay, so there is
Do not
on the
help
ground
me.
floor where you are. There is actually this guy comes rolling down the stairs, lands hard on the floor. Cole tries to wrestle him, and he throws Cole off of him, and then Zavroski gets him pinned with a rapier, and the guy's like, oh. But you can also hear Elona snarling up the stairs on the second floor of the place, out of
Yes,
sight.
I'm up on the second floor.
No, you're on the first
No.
floor.
The first floor, you had to get
Yeah,
down
you
the
went to
stairs
see the
again
arm.
in a room.
You started going up.
okay.
Yeah. So you went up to see the arms, and that's when Elona went up the stairs and this all broke loose. So you can't see Elona, but you could. It's a move that you can move and get there easily.
How far is that?
20 feet, sure. So you can go up there, get up to the top of the stairs, and what you see is this shadowy figure jumping to attack Elona, and Elona looking down the stairs at the person she just threw down, like. Rrr! But to her side is this other figure who is coming up to attack her with a short sword.
All right, so he is gonna once he gets there, he is gonna swing with.
Oh
his
wait.
mace.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, nope. Yeah.
I need a perception check from you.
From me?
Yes,
Okay.
because Elona rolled super perception, and this guy is hiding, so you actually may not see him. Uh-oh.
12.
What was my roll?
Didn't you roll terrible?
It was
You
like
rolled
a
a
I think it was
three
like
or
a
something.
4 or a 3.
Yeah,
was
I think. Yeah. I think you guys are right. Okay, yeah,
Was it
fine.
3?
So you got this. This guy is trying to hide, but he's hiding like in this sun ray. So he's like well hidden normally, except that there's this big shaft of light coming in from the window, clearly illuminating his silhouette where he is in the room. Fine.
So I'm gonna bring that hammer down on him.
Oh no, not Thug 2. This would be Thug 2.
Bring on the sauce.
18.
Big hit.
All right, now wait. How do I do damage again?
Right next to it.
Oh, I just double click on that too. Oh, magic!
Boom.
6 damage.
All right, that is a little hit on a tough dude. What kind of weapon is that?
It's a mace.
All right. So like, hit him with the mace. This is a very glancing blow. He's a dexterous, strong dude. Like this is a beefy kind of guy, pretty dexterous, and it sort of like glances him, but he's mostly unfazed. Anything else? Anything else?
No.
Or death.
That's all I have for. I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. And this guy looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you think you're so tough, do you?" Let's see how you like this, big guy. And he starts slashing with his sword. Oh no, I'm sorry. He has a mace? All right, fine. He has a mace. I'll show you how to use a mace, is what he really says.
Aha!
And he sprays him in the face.
Let's see. First attack. Misses with a 9.
Hail to the no.
Second attack.
That's my purse.
Hail to the no.
This sunbeam is fucking
He's
me
just
up.
like
Ah!
boom, boom,
He's
with his shield.
just flailing about with his mace. Ah! Does nothing.
More balls than brains.
Yeah, this is dumb.
Yeah, Ordoth is not having it. He's just batting all of it away with his shield.
Yeah. All right, Jake, your turn.
Sandwich.
So Thug 1 is restrained by Zavroski right now?
Technically, he's just surrendered.
Throwing away his weapons.
Yeah, he's not like technically restrained, but he is. Yeah, he's dropped his weapons and he's like, hey, look, we're good. Sorry.
So Jake will move over. He's got some rope, and
All right.
he will subdue this guy. Is there a roll needed to do that?
Let's just
At
say
this
that's done.
point, or is this guy
Fine.
surrendered?
Now he's surrendered. Yeah, so you can take an
he's-
action to
he's tying up
subdue.
the guy's hands, and he'll call up. We've got your friend. If you want him to live, I would give up now.
Fair enough. All right, let me just ask this general question. What do you guys want to do with the second thug?
I want to kill him.
All right, he dies.
I want to throw him out of the second story window and then ground pound his head.
All right.
It's gonna cause a commotion, but
Yeah.
Elona was fine until Ordath tried to help.
All right. Yeah, that will. I mean, just bodies being thrown out on windows into streets.
Fine, if it's busy out because it's a day, I won't do it.
Yes, which is fine. I'm just saying yes. You
Throw 'em over
somewhere
the side and then do it inside the building.
There we
drop that
go.
elbow.
There we
anything
go.
we'll say for making things easy. Anything that happens inside the building is inside the building. What
Yeah, I'll
stays?
throw him over the banister, glare at Ordath, say I didn't need your fucking help, and then jump on his head. The guy's head that I
Oh,
just threw
pop
down.
him like a grape right next to his
Yeah.
friend.
It's like Ong Bak with your knees straight down on him.
Yeah.
Just crater where his face used to be.
All right. So this one guy, he's like tied, like what's your? And he's like, and this guy like lands on the ground, sort of like somewhat embeds himself into the wooden floor of this place, and he gets a oh god! And as you see, then you see this huge shape flying down from the banister,
I'm
And
hoping some of the blood splashes on his friend a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
You
ground
see
floor.
Cole from the back grab Jake and this guy by the collar and just pull back a little
Be
bit.
like,
Yeah. Just a little bit, and even then, the spray is bad. The ground floor is a mess of carnage. It is splattered
bullets, all I
gore
wanted.
and brains
Salsa.
and such. In the middle of which is Elona, and she stands up.
Blade pose.
Fixed your problem.
And the guy on the ground is like,
So, who do you work for?
And if you don't talk to us, you will end up just like your friend. My friend enjoys dropping these knees.
this is a bad
So
time.
please, talk to me.
This is the bad time for the bad guy. I'm not gonna lie, but I do want to take a quick break. We're gonna do. I gotta think about this for a minute because.
do I get advantage on that intimidation?
Oh,
check?
you don't even have to roll. Like whatever. Like
All the managed checks.
Alona
All
just
advantage.
I think
smashed
Elona
his
has-
friend's head in.
yeah.
Roll for piss.
Elona has given
The brown spot.
natural 20 on the next roll for intimidation. Like whatever.
Now who's the brown tornado?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Oh no, he didn't bring up the bad. All right, super quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And then we will pick up this torture session. I hope not. We'll see. Be right back, guys.
We're just going to talk.
So, scene reopens on this room. There is no light coming from inside the place, but there are many a couple of windows, a door and a couple of windows on the upstairs that are throwing enough light into the scene to see what's going on. We see a huge half-orc with her knees and feet embedded in the body, corpse, in fact, of this person at the bottom of this stairwell. And this other human kind of sitting there who has disarmed himself and is looking there is like...
You will answer every question
Yes?
that our group has.
Yeah.
Why are you scoping out this house across the way?
Because I was told to.
From who?
From the boss.
Who is?
Uh,
Remember, your friend is in a puddle right now.
Alona's gonna like wipe off some of the blood from her legs and just flick them at the guy.
So, if you value your life, please don't delay with your answers.
yes. No. Yes, no, Groomshar sent us here. He said to keep an eye on the place because this is where... This is where it's happening, and we're supposed to let him know if anything important happens here or if any important people show up here. I think you would count as important people. That's why we sent the snake, to let them know.
And
Grumshar. Don't we know a Grumshar? I feel like we know a Grumshar.
We.
He's one of your he's one of your best friends, Jake.
He's the one
I feel like
that
Elona knows him better than I do.
Mm.
I feel like Elona knows him better than
Unfortunately, I know him very intimately. Unfortunately.
Who is Groomshar working for right now?
Who is number 2 working for?
Groomshar, well, he works for the boss, of course. The boss, the big boss.
Yes.
Which gang is that?
Xanathar, it's a big boss. The other Zens are they're on the way out, man. We got those guys. Those guys are done. They're done.
Hold on? I want to loop back to something you said. You said you sent a snake to go tell him that we were here. No, you're gonna.
That seems like a very thing to do.
We're you know.
And I'm gonna pull his collar back, see if I see a Zent tattoo on his neck.
No, you don't. In fact.
So, where's this snake?
Well, we sent it. It's gone. You see the Zents? Well, the Zents use the snakes, and well, now the new word is if we use snakes, then everybody will be very confused, and that's the goal. But
Did I kill him yet?
How much insight do we need to see if this guy is full of shit?
This guy seems to be like completely terrified and wants to say
I'm
anything.
Shitless.
Wants to do whatever he can say to try to save his life. He is very intent on being alive right now and seems very, very honest.
And
When you send him?
What were you looking to find here?
I told you we're just sent here.
What were you looking for? You were sent to look, but what are you looking for?
Look, I don't know everything. All I know is that they say this is where the game is being played right now. I don't even know what that means, but we're watching. And if we find anything out of the ordinary, especially some kind of what do you call them? Those little things that run around
Nimblerites?
No, yeah. If we see any of them, we're supposed to tell them right away. Or if anything else goes on, or if we see other guys, we have to tell them right away.
So have you seen any of that stuff?
No, but we saw you guys, and that's when we sent the message.
So what I'm hearing.
Where is Groomshar now?
Come on, you know where he is. You sent the message to him.
I don't. All I said was I sent the message back where it goes, and it finds its way. I don't know where he is.
And
Cole's gonna grab his hand.
I smell bullshit. Break his legs, Elona.
And snap one of his fingers.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I just send the snake, and it goes back. I put the message on.
Look. You got another one of those snakes?
No, we only had the one. It'll come back once it delivers a message.
How long does that take?
I don't know. This is the first time we sent it.
Okay, so we
Ah!
keep him here.
No.
Once that snake comes back, we send another message saying that I would love to have a conversation with Groomshaw.
And then we follow the snake to where Gumsure is.
Either that or I break your knees.
I think you should break his knees either way.
Dude,
I mean,
no. Why? I'm
No, if
helping.
he's willing to wait and be good and, send the message
Yeah,
that I would
yeah,
love to meet Groomshaw,
yeah,
I
yeah.
won't break his legs.
Yeah, good. Oh God, thank you. I
Can we
need my
search
legs.
this person for any other messaging systems?
Yeah, this is it. So he's got a couple pieces of parchment and a quill, but the basic thing is that these snakes are usually known to be used with messaging with the Zentarum. That's sort of their sort of trademark kind of thing.
Yeah, I have a tattoo of it on my back.
Yeah, in fact, so the Zentarum generally tattoo themselves with these snakes, but the Xanathar don't. So this is an odd thing. But even the snakes, they basically work like kind of pigeons. Is that people write whatever message they need to, they tie them to them, and then the snakes are trained to go back. It's sort of a back and forth, a little better back and forth system than pigeons, but yeah, kind of the same idea.
I just want to make sure he has no other way to send another message that we might miss while we're waiting.
Yeah, no, this guy is he's got
Also
little
like
value.
to,
He's got
check out his buddy that's dead. See if he's got any notes or anything that they were taking down as information.
Yeah, between
anything
the two
like
of them,
that too.
No, they don't. They're between the two of them. You find a total of I'm just gonna put this in party sheet. 9 shards and 6 nibs, which are the copper, which is nothing. And then there's a small stack of half a dozen scraps of parchment and a ink and quill and ink, and their weapons and stuff, whatever. If you guys are interested in like taking that, but.
So we can wait here. Jakey, you can go talk to your dad because we don't have anything else to do besides wait for this feckin' snake to come back.
That works for me.
Can I go with you?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I just need to have a conversation with Jake because we're walking over there. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Everything's fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Wow, that was like 7 fines.
All right.
Trouble, man. Trouble. We got
That's more
trouble.
fine than trouble.
It's more
I was
fine
about
than
to say
trouble.
that's the Elona
Jake's
trouble.
Jake's in trouble. All right, so you guys do split the party. Let's do Jake and Elona headed back to the Melshimber estate.
Okay. Jakey.
What's up, Elona? I know something's up. I know. I can read you like a book sometimes.
Yeah, okay, look. She's gonna grab the necklace with the signet ring on it and kind of
Takes a
like
bite of the
toss,
NLT.
toss it over to Jake. So without going into a whole lot of detail about my friendship with Ordaf, he got rid of this the other day, which basically means he wants nothing to do with me until today when he told me that he does want something to do with me and that he just was worried about me or whatever because of the wish, and like I understand that.
But we were all worried about the wish. I mean, he just found out about it. It was kind of a surprise for him. I'm sure he wasn't used to that.
Yeah, but then he went and said that he cared for me, and I don't think he realized that he definitely almost said the word love.
What?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Ordoth though? Because he's been gone for a while. He just came back onto the scene. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because we're just here, it's just me and you. I thought you and Cole had something going on.
What?
I thought there was something going on with you and Cole. There's nothing going on with you and Cole?
No.
Okay, if you're sure. I really felt that like there was a connection there, like there was electricity, there was a spark.
I mean, like, he's nice and he's helping me find out, like, with my mom, but also, like, you know that I don't like people like that.
Well, I
like,
mean,
not in, like, a cute, romantic bullshit kind of, like, I'll fuck someone, but, like, I'm not, like, a...
well, what's your history with Ordoth, then? Because it seems like there's more to that than just a lay.
Well, we didn't. So
well,
there's that.
that seems kind of special right there.
That's the way to a girl's heart right there. Don't.
Don't
Wait.
don't touch
on.
me. Just leave
Well, no,
me alone.
compared to Elona, that's not like Elona would usually just go for it.
Fuck
but
'em,
this
yeah.
seems like it's something special because she didn't do that.
He saved me when I was in the monastery because I might have been doing something very dumb. So without his help, I would have died in a cave-in somewhere, and you would have never seen me. And then afterwards, he just kind of stuck around the monastery a lot, and I started sneaking away to one of the stupid fields right by the monastery, and we would just sit and talk. And then one day he just up and left me, which is why I gave him that, and I point to the signet ring on the necklace that I tossed to you.
Okay,
I don't know.
What are you asking me, Elona?
I don't.
It seems like you're confused about your feelings towards Ordath.
Yeah. Tell me how to feel, please.
I can't tell you how to feel, Elona. Do you
No.
have feelings about Ordath? He almost told
good.
you he loved you. Do you feel the same way about him? I know you know what love is, so do you feel that way about him? And in that way, do you romantically care about him? I don't know much
did.
about him. I don't know much about your relationship with Ordath.
I did. But I'm not the same person he knew 4 years ago.
You seem pretty much the same person I knew before you left for the monastery. Other than the drug habit, but we're kicking that.
Yeah, but you knew the bad side of Elona, because that's all we did was just. He hasn't seen the extent of. He never saw me jump on someone's head like that and make thug salsa.
So can Jake make a perception? Did he see a reaction from Ordath that he would have noticed at that point in time? Because he knows Ordath is kind of like that, not a pacifist, but not exactly looking to hurt people. None.
Yep.
Basically, from what he knows of Ordath so far.
Ordath, what did that reaction look like?
Okay, before I answer that, can we get shirts that say #thug salsa?
Yeah.
Please.
Thug salsa. And then can we get there's a little salsa bowl under it with a short sword sticking out of it?
Oh yeah,
An eyeball floating on top.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Put
So,
in the notes, thug salsa.
Ordath went through a few different emotions because, he was enraged when he went to protect Elona, and then she snapped at him, which kind of snapped him out of the rage, and then she just straight ongbok the shit out this guy, which,
Thug salsa.
it dumbfounded him when he saw that. It's not something out of the realm of possibility because he knew she was, she could take care of herself and she was a strong individual. But just, it's just to see it was a little shocking.
That was it.
Then,
And this is a bit of Elona has a reputation, and you've heard that reputation, of course. But your dealings with her have been, by and large, different than that reputation, So the relationship you guys had, whatever. So you've there's been the Elona you've heard about, the Elona you've hung out with, and those have been kind of very disparate. And this has given you that is why I hear the things about her I've heard. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it seemed like he was taken aback a little bit by what took place back there at the house, but
Yeah, because all he really knows is cute conversations and me crying about how much I miss you, and then he kissed me one time.
You didn't say that. You kissed him?
He kissed me. Very different.
Did you let him kiss you?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, then that's the same thing. Say, hey, you didn't push him away.
That's my Kermit
He was
thing.
leaving for what I assumed was forever. I wasn't gonna not let him kiss me.
I don't know. It seems like he knows a side of you that very few people do know.
So can we go back to you telling me how I'm supposed to feel about this?
You're supposed to feel the way your heart tells you to feel, Elona. Do you feel any emotions for him still? If he were to kiss you, what would you feel then?
I'd slap him.
I think you have your answer then. You're just not ready for that kind of commitment at this point in time.
Yeah.
But I would say he seems to be eager to be a part of this group, and I wouldn't turn him away necessarily. Maybe he can benefit us. Maybe he can help us.
Until
and
he
maybe-
finds what he
maybe
needs and
something
leaves
will
us
change.
again.
And maybe that happens, but it's up to you if you want to
Fear of
let that get
abandonment.
to you.
Uh-oh.
You know, this would have been a whole lot easier if you just told me what I was supposed to feel, Jake.
You're supposed to feel emotions, Elona.
The only emotion I feel is angry.
That's not true.
Hulk
And you know it's
smash.
not true, Elona. We've been through plenty of things together, and I know that you have a range of emotions. You just don't like to show them all, and you don't like to let people inside, and I get that.
Ooh.
It's not easy.
What a
But-
call out. Holy shit.
Maybe-
Oh, man.
Is Jake calling out Elona or is Fox calling out Anna?
Yes. Yes.
But maybe it's time you start letting other people in. Like I said, I thought you had something going on with Cole. I honestly thought there was a connection between you two. It seemed like you two were spending a lot of time together, the same way maybe you spent with Ordath back in the day. So it seems like you have some things going on. You really need to just do some soul searching, Elona, and figure out what Elona wants. What does Elona want? For the
Elona
first
wants
time
her
in your
mom
life-
back.
What?
Elona wants her mom back, but I can't do that.
Well, that we'll figure that out. And I don't think, obviously, we can't get her back alone, and I'm sorry for that. It's not something that we can do, but we can get our revenge. We can get our revenge for your mom. We can get our revenge for Aunt Ruth and all the people that we've lost. But I think in the case of how you feel, I think you need to do some soul searching and really think about it. Take some time. Nobody's pushing you to do anything. And if they are, then tell them to back the fuck off. But you need to take care of you for once. I know you're used to taking care of other people, not just yourself. You've always been there for me. You've always had my back. And I appreciate that. But maybe it's time to get your own back. And then I've got your back this time.
Okay. Can I have that back, by the way?
No, of course. It's yours.
Takes the necklace. And she'll put it on.
With the ring on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
She'll put it on.
All right.
I mean, it's her ring. It's always been her ring.
I'm only taking note. I am simply a simple note taker.
Let's go talk to your dad. I will promise not to say anything horribly stupid to get us yelled at.
I'm not worried. We should be quick. We just need to get a writ that says we have an audience with the
Yeah,
Lady
but you know your
Growlhound.
dad's gonna ask a lot of questions about like why we need it and like why we're doing this and if we're on the up and up. And I crushed that thug into salsa for a very specific reason, which is I am just not ready to deal with people who are pissing me off today.
Well, I mean, you could always
Maybe
wait
I should
outside and
stand
maybe
outside.
seek counsel with your dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to my dad. I'll meet you out the front so that way I don't talk to your dad. Sound good? Okay.
Perfect.
All
Here you
right,
go.
further splitting the party. All right, in the meantime, back in the house, the day sort of drags on, and you got, is anybody doing anything just waiting in the
MLT.
house?
Zavroski is gonna ask a little bit more of the thug. He's gonna ask about if there's factions within the Xanathars and if other ones would be watching this area too.
Factions in the, no, we're the Xanathar. We're what do you mean factions in the Xanathar? We're not like the Zentara, man. Those guys are all kinds of jacked up. In fact, that's the whole reason why I hear we're using the snakes, right? It's like apparently the Zentarum got this whole schism thing going on, and they're like fighting each other and fighting us, and we're like, oh yeah. And so the more we can like make that whole gray area, right? Make them fight each other, then the less we have to fight. And then if we can get them fighting each other completely, boom. Zan, walk in, baby. How you like that? Huh?
Yeah, it's a great plan.
Hey, you don't suppose I could like get my hands free and we could like maybe have a drink or something, right? Like we're waiting here.
Maybe if you could give some good information.
I just gave you
More.
how much more information you want, man? I'm like giving you everything I got. I gotta give you everything I got, man.
So far, you're doing well.
All right, so I'm getting out of here, right? You probably should just like let me go now. I don't have anything else to tell you.
You will be quiet.
He's asking me questions.
Unless you are spoken to, no more talk of you leaving before we are done with you.
Done with me. I don't like this guy. I don't like. He looks at you, Zavroski. He's
Ordolph
like,
comes down the
I don't like
stairs
that
at
guy.
time.
I really don't like that guy. Oh God. Look.
He's a gentle giant. Don't worry about
All right, good. He looks like we're cool, right?
Cole will look at him in the face and say, "You should be more worried about me." And then he'll activate magic eyes
Oh,
to
no!
scare him.
He's like-
So purple energy and black smoke.
Magic eyes.
He
magic
slides over towards Zavroski. He's like, look, we're cool. Look, I'm telling you everything you gotta know, man. Look. Keep the freaking purple-eyed freak away from me, okay? Look.
Quiet. Unless you are asked a question.
Yes. Quick learner here. He's definitely a smart one. So you
Yes.
must have more information for us.
Definitely smart. Definitely a guy that should be let go, right?
And while they're on, he's just gonna give the guy a quick look, make
Yeah,
sure
no.
he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, no, he's just
So
And while he's still in his face, he'll clear it off, like, just cooperate, okay?
Yeah, I can't cooperate anymore. I'm giving you guys everything you want.
well, I heard that Xanathar sometimes uses what are they? Floaty eye creatures. Do you know what they're called?
Oh yeah. The gazers, yeah, man. They're like the big trackers. But you don't need those here because he's got us. We're good.
So they wouldn't use them here.
Look, man. What am I supposed to say? What the boss is gonna do? I don't know. Boss is gonna do what the boss is gonna do. All I know is that he's got our eyes right here, and I figure like we're pretty much well representing him, right? We got him.
Right. That's fair. Do you know if any Zentarum know of the game being played here? Where they might be?
Man, if I knew what the Zentarum knew, I could sell that information for a good price. You know what I'm saying? The boss would give all kinds of money to know what the Zentarum know. Are you with the Zentarum? You're with the Zentarum, aren't you? He's like, you see him looking at you, looking for like something, perhaps
Do
tattoos.
I look like a Zentarum?
Well, I don't see any snakes on you, so I guess not. But just saying, I don't know. Fine.
Maybe I'm the other faction of the Xanathars. How do you know?
You might be. But we're good, right? Like we're cool. We're cool.
For the moment.
All right. Like if you guys need more information, you let me know. We're cool. I'm like totally cool. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I just gotta get out of here. Old Alfred ain't here to die.
When were you supposed to report back or switch shifts?
Oh, we're it. That's why there's two of us. We swap out, and one of us is gonna keep eyes on 24/7. We were told it wouldn't be long, but we're here until the relief comes, which I don't know.
Did you kill the family over there?
Answer honestly.
They might have been dead when we got here.
I doubt
Maybe?
it.
I don't think that's an honest answer,
Look,
sir.
we needed a place, and this place had the
Snap
best.
another finger.
Ah! Oh God! No! Yes.
Honest
okay. Yes.
answer.
Yes. We needed a place, and this had the best vantage view of the fucking gate in the beginning. Jesus Christ! Yes. Who cares? They were just fucking commoners.
If Elona was there, she would be turned on. Right
God.
Quick question.
And his fingers are all like bent
Just
out.
a really
over
quick
here.
question.
Quick question.
Just a real
no.
quick question.
When we came in through the back, the ground outside, was that dirt?
You would have come in from probably the front door, I guess. Really, this is kind of the, this is kind of like the back window overlooking this place. So, probably it could have been dirt, could have been cobblestone. I don't know. What do you think? What do you want?
Well, I mean, if it's dirt, then Ordolph is gonna go out the back. He's gonna actually just kick the door open, and then he's gonna take his shield and start digging. And he's gonna dig. He's gonna dig 3 graves, and then he's gonna slowly go upstairs, grab the bodies, bring them down, and lay them to rest.
All right, yeah.
The whole time that they're having this conversation and we're waiting on everybody to get back, that's all he's doing. He's not saying a word. He's
Covering
just
up a
walking
murder.
outside, digging, coming
Yeah, you can do
back,
that.
grabbing a body, rinse and repeat.
All right. Yeah, every time you come in the room, the guy's eyes look at you, and he like and watches you go back out, like absolutely enthralled, terrified as to what you're doing. But yeah, he's like sitting here. He's got these two fingers bent the wrong way, and he's just like sitting here holding his hand. Oh, told you everything you need to know.
Well, there's one more thing that I want to ask you.
What?
What is the current passphrase in the sewers?
The sewers. Oh, yeah. You gotta get in there. You gotta use the current word.
Which is?
Oh God. I'm gonna die no matter.
I'm gonna grab his hand again.
No.
What?
It's currently Coco Rum.
Cool.
No.
rum?
Coco Rum.
Go rum.
Cocoa rum.
It's
I would
easy.
Sure.
insert.
I
That's
mean,
not just some kind of spirit. that you
no,
drink?
it's that tracks actually.
You guys know they generally give pretty simplistic.
Pineapple shortcake was one of the ones that we used before.
Yeah, you know they generally give pretty simplistic things because they're not dealing with the highest caliber of people to remember these kind of stuff, kind of things. So-
Cocoa rum.
Yes, God, no, I need those fingers. I only got 3 left. Please don't break any more of my fingers.
Thank you for answering.
Yes.
honestly.
Can I go
And
now?
I'll let go. You are not done.
Oh my God.
Remember, you're here until the snake comes back, at least.
Oh. It's not fair.
At least, I mean, you're doing better than him.
Yes, Seth.
He's like, oh, Bob. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, man.
Doing way better than the people you killed.
All right. That scene closes, and we open on Jake, Dean, Melshimber, going to talk to his father. Striding confidently through the estate as the guards see him and recognize him. Good day, my lord. Good day.
Better not
Good
get
day.
any grief from the fucking guards again.
Yeah, at least they got. At least these ones recognize you this time. God damn.
They are.
Really?
And we're in the afternoon now, so we're in like second half of the day, and they're good day, my lord. Good day, my lord. Good day, Lord Melshimber. And
Carry on. Long days, pleasant nights.
And you finally get to your father's quarters, and you get there and they are locked actually, and you think, your father. This is probably a day your father is doing rounds around the city. This is entirely possible. It's usually probably wouldn't be gone long, but you may have to wait an hour or two or something.
Somebody needs to know his schedule. He has to have somebody at the house that knows his
Yeah,
schedule.
his schedule's a little open because he tries basically. The magisters are called to scenes that are important. So he is apparently on call at the moment, if you can imagine that. So he probably will be back before long because the magisters want to be at a place that's easy to find them. So he spends most of his time here unless he's out on call. Currently out on call.
All right, so I'm in my house, right?
This is, well, I guess your estate, sure, yeah.
Okay, I picked the lock to his fucking room.
Yes, Jake.
What? All right.
Hell yes, Jake.
Yes,
Throw me a pick locks, man. What is
Thieves tools.
15?
for a magister's house?
Takes his own, takes a credit card and just like.
Yeah. That
These
is
are the
not.
locks I grew up with. I grew up with picking these locks.
All right, I'll give you advantage on the check then. Roll me another d20.
Alona and Jake
14.
Yep.
picked many a lot.
Apparently he has he
changed
knows,
These are the
locks.
locks.
and
He changed the locks.
the locks
He
have apparently been
upgraded.
changed. Yes. So these are this is Waterdeep's, like, again, his locks and his life is sort of guarded by the upper echelons of Waterdeep that want to keep their system of laws intact. So this is no easy breaking into a magister's house is like super big time stuff. It's super easy
Jake's
for you.
house, though.
It is. It's your house, but his offices are off limits, and obviously well protected, at least like this.
Kick it down.
I was just about to say, Jake goes out to find Elona.
Hell yeah. Elona is making her way towards where her dad stays, but isn't there yet. So like,
Oh, okay.
Waves her
Well
down.
then, sure, yeah.
what's up,
Walking
Jakey?
fast.
Actually, I need you. My dad's not here, so remember when we used to need to get into places that my dad didn't want
Kick
to
it
get
down.
into?
Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'll head back and kick down Jake's dad's office door. Stand
now
back,
to find
Jakey.
out what
Stand
ward
back.
he has on the door.
Stand back, Jakey. We got this.
You
We
guys,
were
Straight.
just roughhousing. We were waiting for dad. We started roughhousing like we used to when we were kids, and the Elona
Do you need me to
tripped
punch
and
you
fell
in
and
the-
broke the
do you
door
need me to-
down.
Do you need me to punch you in the face too so you have a black eye so it looks more legit?
No, we can go without that.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely sure.
well,
Okay.
but I mean, there's like it is the middle of the day. There are lots of estate people,
Jake's house.
guards itself all around. Like,
Is there a window? Can I throw Jakey in? Like, can I lift Jakey up towards a window? And get
I
her
just
that
think that it's likely people are gonna see you do this, right?
Jakey, you want to run distraction? I'm gonna need a.
Yeah, I can run distraction. There can't be that many people like right here. It's a
They're
big
just
house,
around.
big
I mean, like
estate.
this is
They will hear me kick down the door though.
yeah. You guys, yes. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, you guys are in a place that is well, it's the middle of the day. It's well traveled. The staff is out and about. The guards are patrolling the area. This is like you could do it. I'm just saying the idea of doing it without anyone noticing seems unlikely. So I'll just.
I was gonna talk to my dad anyway. He's probably gonna scold me if I kick down the door, but like I need to talk to him anyway, so I'm gonna kick down the door. Straight strength?
Yeah. Strength check.
Not 20.
Oh,
24.
shit.
Bam!
Whoa. All right.
Anti-Anna in real life. There we go. I got my catharsis against my door locking me out.
Revenge on the doors. Hey, this could have gone easy with a lockpick.
Yeah, what kind of magic does Jake's dad have on this door that Elona's gonna get fucked up by?
Well,
lightning
Jake, where are
bolt
you? Where are you?
immediately.
Where are you in this, Jake?
I mean, I would probably be.
Told him to get off a
within
little bit to
10
the
feet.
side so I could back up, yeah.
All right.
Hit me with that lightning bolt straight to the chest. Come on, do it.
All right. The good news is there is no lightning bolt.
Bad news? It's finger of death.
Like, it's a
Power
power word kill.
Power
Yeah,
word
it's a power word kill.
Yeah. No, it's actually that's a type of damage. I didn't even realize that. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Oh, dex save. Okay, can the two of you make me a dex save? DC is 15.
16.
Ooh,
There you go.
done. Easy.
Bucks, I fail this. Nope, 16 as well.
All right. So
Hey,
you
that's good,
guys, as
We
you
know.
do,
We know.
yeah, when you do this, you hear this clap of thunder,
Jakey, I thought I got
and you
one.
guys are thrown back by this wave of thunder. You.
Is this Thunderwave?
No, it is thunder damage. I didn't even know that was time of damage. All right. You take half of this. All right. Wow, what a weak ass glyph.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. So you each take 8 damage as you kick the door open, and as you do,
All
this
right.
thunder wave blows you out. You both made your save, so you're not pushed back, and you only take 8 damage each.
That was rude.
Yeah.
Door's open though.
After bracing himself, because he knows people are going to be coming quick,
Oh
he
yeah.
quickly races into his father's office.
In fact, people
and
that are
looks
already
for
looking
a
at
writ.
you, they look at you like they're like, "What?" And like you hear, yeah. So what are you looking for?
A writ, like the paper that you would write the decree on.
Are you
Someone tell me not to do a really dumb thing. I just need someone to tell me not to do a horribly dumb thing right now.
do the dumb
do
thing?
it.
Do the dumb thing.
Okay.
I'll spend my.
No.
Can I spend my?
Distraction's so bad right now. He needs time. Buy him time.
Oh no,
Whatever-
that wasn't what I was gonna do. I was gonna leave the Xanathar warning in your dad's office.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to, but that was the thought.
Oh
is that I was
my
just gonna leave it
God.
in your dad's office. Rob said do
listen.
it. Rob
Jake-
donated
Jake-
100
Jake
bits and
uses
said
his
do it.
mage hand to do it. If you're not going to do it,
You
I will
gonna-
take it from you and stash it myself.
Oh, then if
Perfect.
Jake's cool with it, I will take the Xanathar,
I'm cool with it. Do it.
and then I'm gonna. Where do you want it? Where should we put
Just
it?
right on his desk.
Okay, put it down. I'm gonna run out the door, and I'm gonna try my best to make a distraction. I don't know how.
Distraction, Elona. I need a distraction. Jake is scrambling, looking for the paper, like just a blank writ that he can write. We need to speak with Lady Growhound, kind of thing on it.
All right. So
He
these
needs that
things.
permission slip paper.
Well, you would know that
Wouldn't you
more
need a
so.
seal too?
More so than the paper
looking for it all.
itself would actually be the seal. And the seal carries the weight of the signature, right? Like people write signatures, but
Looking
at
for
the end,
that doctor's prescription pad, basically.
yeah, and you
Equivalent.
you would know that your dad's seal he carries upon his person. It is his signet
have
ring
it.
that actually is the seal of Lord Melshimber, the Magister. That is the seal, and he carries that as a ring on his person. So there is parchment in here you can use, but the parchment itself is not necessarily important. What generally is important is the signature and then the seal. If you want to try to forge something, you certainly could.
I have Elona's signet ring, which is of the House Melshimber, because that's where her family is like employed by. I know it wouldn't be the exact one, but maybe it's
Yep.
close enough to a forgery that we can dump some wax on it and use that ring.
Well, then this was all a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, so mechanically, you guys can get
was fun.
you can get some paper that is has the header of the Magister of Waterdeep. So you can get that paper with that header system. And if you want to try to forge a signature, you can, but we'll just do the forgery of, doing that. So you can get official paper. You can try to do the forgery because you got the official paper. We'll give you advantage on the forgery check whenever you guys try to do that because Elona's got the ring and such. So you have official paper, you'll have Elona's ring, and you guys can try to create a forged document in that case. And you'll have
God,
advantage
thanks for
on that
giving
check.
that back to me, Ordath. Like, damn, it came in handy.
Yep. All right. And so you guys find yourselves in short order within like seconds. There are half a dozen guards and more on the way, holding you at weapon point. Halt!
Guards, what do you think you're doing
What
right
the
now?
heck?
What are
Do you not
you
know
doing?
who I am?
You've broken into your father's study.
Yes, because there's an attempt at my father's life, and he picks up the seal that Elona put on his desk. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This means that they are after my father.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yes, Jake! Yes, Jake!
Yes.
I heard
Oh.
a rumor in the streets, and I heard the Xanathar were after my father. I needed to come and confirm myself, and this is proof. My father is in danger.
Oh my god.
All right. That's pretty
was
fucking brilliant.
beautiful.
That's pretty fucking
That
brilliant.
was so beautiful, Jake. Beautiful. I just wanted to prank your dad. You used it. I want that back, though, by the way. I want it back.
Might come in handy again.
I gotta go
Let's see
prank
how-
some guards.
Let's get an idea for how effective this is. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion at advantage.
Wait, can I add to it? Oh,
It's
he's already at
advantage.
advantage. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull out Arnie's left hand.
Was that?
It was used as like
Ah!
a ransom. Like it was when someone sends
Like the horse
dismembered
head?
body parts to like your
Yeah.
daughter. I was gonna use the hand.
They're like kind of looking at each other, and one of the guards comes up. A guy has known you since you were like a child, and he is like, Jake, is this true? You've found this? And he sort of takes the pig. He's like, I know this seal. This is the seal that the Xanathar.
Yeah, why the hell would Jakey lie about someone trying to kill his dad?
Look,
Yeah, that's
and you've
absolutely
known this guy
ridiculous.
like yourself, Elona, and this is like one of the old sort of sergeants of the guard, right? And he's like, oh, yes, well, geez, this is serious stuff. How did this even get in here? And he turns
That's
around.
a great question for you, isn't it?
He does. He turns around and says, how did this get in here? How did someone get in to the Magister's office and plant this on his desk? Huh?
Listen,
Realize
I
this
asked
might not
you.
be a good thing for
This
my
is the
dad.
Xanathar. They have many ways of getting in. They could have been somebody invisible.
All the guards like, he's like, my lord Melshimber, rest assured, we shall find out how this got in here, and we shall safeguard your father from the Xanathar. I know that the Xanathar are rampage in this town, and those vile vagrants are causing much unnecessary strife for the citizens of Waterdeep. But do not worry, your father is safe. I stake my life upon it, sir.
I'm sure that he's wronged them in some way. There's no
Well, no
this
doubt.
is why they're after him.
He is a
He's
magister,
Yeah.
and they are criminals. And it is no wonder. It is the only wonder, perhaps, is that it's taken this long. But the fact that they got into his office, this is a matter of great concern. We shall double the guard. We shall pull double shifts, and no one shall sleep until we find out how this happened. Rest
Do you know
assured,
where my father is right now?
he was called away, my lord. He was called away.
To where? It could have been the Xanathar that called him away.
He is well protected. Do not worry. He never leaves this place with less than half a dozen of the finest guards the city has to offer. When he
And you don't
returns,
think somebody who could get into his office while he's away would be just as well trained?
perhaps, my lord, but we can only do what we can do. I assure you, we
Well,
shall
you
get.
could tell us where he is, so then Jake and I can go check on him.
I just do not know. The whereabouts of the magisters are not given to us, I'm afraid. We are in charge of safeguarding his estate, and he turns back to his men, and we have clearly failed at this. His men are like,
Yes, you have.
we shall double up, my lord. Do not worry. No one shall sleep until we find out how this happened and how we can prevent it from happening in the future. You have my life upon this.
Can we have that back, by the way? I want to take it to
No,
one of my
I will
friends
give
at
this to Lord Melshimber himself. He must know of the danger presented, and he puts it into his cloak. Is there anything else we can do for you, Lord Melshimber?
Yeah, where's my dad?
Your dad? In fact, he comes running up
There
himself.
he is. There's Dad.
And as they, as this is all happening, and they sort of talk, and he's like, "What?" And the sergeant, and then Dad's,
Hi, Dad.
and he looks over, and he like rushes over to you, and he's like, "Daughter, actually calls her Elona, Jake. I hear you have brought dire news to the estate."
Yes, there's an attempt on my father's life. Me and
Yeah,
Elona
we
were
did.
here to foil it.
Why did you not tell me? I understand. I do not know what happened, but I shall. And he looks at the sergeant, and the sergeant looks at his men. I shall get to the bottom of this. You can be assured of this.
See that you do.
Oh, and if Elona's father says he's going to do something, you can be sure that shit's going to got done. So, yeah.
My daddy.
That's the kind of guy he is. He is like, oh yeah, and you almost kind of feel guilty maybe for the lives of the
I do.
guards
I
here
do.
because shit's hitting the fan hard here in a minute.
Hey, but it got us out of trouble. That's all that matters.
And we got what we needed.
Yeah.
Alona's gonna hug her dad and be like, "Please stay safe. We have to go." And she's gonna grab Jake by the arm and just run out the door.
All right. Yes, it is good to see you, Elona. And Jake too.
I love
yes.
you.
Yes. She's my daughter. She's she loves me. Oh yeah. Now and you have something. Now what the and apparently the shit is already hitting the fan inside the Melshimber estate. Holy shit! I gotta make sure I have notes about
That
this.
was so beautiful, Fox. Holy shit,
That's
man.
why when you said somebody said do it, and I was like, yeah, actually do it. That's perfect.
All right, so you guys
I just wanted to
are.
prank him, bro.
So you guys
just a prank.
are going back.
Pranks
You're
work out.
forging documents. All right, fair enough. All right, by the time all this happens, you guys get back to
That random house.
that random house. The sun has set and the shadows are long. In fact, you guys are getting inside. Torches are being lit around the town. Lanterns or along the streets are being lit. The lantern lighters are going because it's now dark around town. Hang on, I have to make a thing. Placed in Jake's dad's.
Did the snake return yet, guys?
Yes.
I was asking them, not the DM. I was asking his Jake.
Well,
Yeah, see. You fool 12 palace guards. And all of a sudden you get sassy.
all right. Sorry, I just gotta.
Oh, I don't have this anymore. I have to get rid of the symbol. I'm so upset that we lost it.
All right.
We know what it looks like. We can make it.
That's,
We'll forge that too. I'm sure because Zavroski's got some forgery skills. He has to. I don't know about that.
Jake can
All right.
forge at least the signature.
Disguise kit. I don't think.
A black snake does come flying back into the place as the shadows are going long before sunset. But as the shadows are going long, a black snake flies back into the place and sort of wanders around, and it finally lands perched on the head of the guy tied up on the ceiling, sitting there.
You guys tied him to the ceiling? Jesus.
That's what you said, right?
Right, you said he was tied onto the ceiling.
I just picturing him like dangling.
He's just
there.
duct taped to the ceiling.
Well, clearly the only person who could have done that was Ordath, because, like, hello.
Sorry. The guy that is tied up, the snake comes and perches upon his head, not his ceiling. Sorry. What the fuck?
Is there a letter attached to the snake?
There is, in fact, a letter attached to the snake.
I can't read. Someone read it.
Well, this is before you guys get back.
Oh, damn.
Yep. The letter, it's a small letter that says, likely of no consequence, period. Maintain surveillance. Resend if there is anything more important. Do not let the nimble right escape. All right, and so you guys get there and you're back. So it's, you know, like I said, now it's sort of nighttime. You guys are there, and the door opens, and in walks Elona and Jake.
Kind of like singed a little bit from the thunder damage that happened.
little, yeah.
We're okay. Nothing to
We're
show
fine. I
about.
kicked down a door.
bruised.
There was thunder. We're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. We're good.
There's no trouble. Not
No
saying
trouble.
there's
We're fine.
Okay.
It's odd to happen at your father's house, Jake.
No, his
but,
dad's kind of a cunt. I kind of expected it.
All right.
Well, the snake came back, and we got the response.
Anything
So
good?
what's the plan now?
We send a message back and follow the snake. No,
What did the message say?
he'll hand it to Jake.
I mean, do we not just want him to come to us so we can question him?
I thought you guys had the whole paper thing. You were doing the.
We got that going too.
Oh, okay.
Plans.
Two things
Things
going.
are in the works.
Well, that's why I'm saying if
Lots
we
of plans
message
going
him,
on.
if we message him and tell him to meet us, then we can go do the letter thing now and wait for Grimshar to show up probably tomorrow.
Jake and Elona are on the same page right now. It's just clicking right now.
Mhm.
That
So, well, they were watching for a nimble right. Shouldn't we watch for the nimble right and maybe tell them that we saw a nimble right and get him to come here?
That would require us probably staying here for the night, if not more than just the night. And she'll like look over at Zavroski. This is probably not the cleanest establishment.
That
But
can be
it's
fixed.
stakeout time.
He like snaps his fingers a bit.
The wrist brace comes back on. So we tell him we saw Nimblewright, and while we wait for him to show up, Jakey, you and I work on the thing that we need to work on.
Exactly. We've got time. And we can also watch for a nimble right ourselves, because obviously they were watching for a nimble right for some reason. And we know that the nimble right is was the one that threw the fireball.
And did you get a meeting with?
Working on it. We're
We're working on that. We got the paperwork to do so. We just need to complete it.
Right.
Gotta sign a couple of T's
I
and
just
dot
got- I
some
just
Gotta
Yeah,
cross
I's.
the
Yeah,
T's, dot some I's.
How long was Jake and Elona gone?
A couple of hours, actually. Like, basically the evening. It took them a few hours to get across town.
Is
To
that-
get.
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm done yet or not because I am using my shield to dig 3 graves.
Oh yeah.
so-
Yeah, certainly you can be done. Yeah, in that time, sure.
Okay.
Yep. In fact, yeah. So you guys, as you guys get back in, Ordath sort of comes back in, covered in dirt and such, and he's like very dirty, and he sort of very
What you up
heavily
to, big guy?
sits
Looking
in one
mighty,
side.
silty.
I felt it was proper to give the bodies upstairs a proper burial. So I dug some graves, laid the bodies to rest, and here we are.
The Watch is going to find that suspicious when they investigate this murder, but still,
Oh,
we're good.
probably. It's fine.
I think that's better because I didn't want to sleep in the house
I
with dead
mean,
bodies.
considering
anyways.
how fast they were on your incident
Yeah.
outside,
They'll figure out there was a murder in the next like 4 years. We're
We're
fine.
good. We're good.
So the night goes on. So tonight, you guys send send the snake with a message that you see the nimble right. What? Tell me the message exactly, please.
He should come here.
Tell me the message. Like at some point, someone has to write the message. I need a dictated message to send.
well, hopefully, did we break the thug's dominant hand or his non-dominant hand?
feel like
I don't know which hand he writes with.
That's true.
So
All right,
Yeah.
one in.
Right
Let's see,
hand, though.
3 and 4 dominant, 1 and 4 non-dominant. Oh, non-dominant. How about that? All right.
Yes. Make
All
him
right.
write a letter.
All right, you'll be writing this one.
Yes, yes, of course. Then can I
So-
leave?
What's the best way to make sure he comes here?
Comes here? I don't know if I
Yeah.
want. I don't know if he's supposed to. I could ask him to
But
come
we
here.
want him here. So
I could say,
we-
Grimshar, come here quick.
Is
would
that
get
it?
him here?
Should you mention a nimble rate or
Bring up trouble, maybe.
You want me to
some
know what to tell
Zentarum
Grimshar?
spotted?
I
What?
don't know if you've met Grimshar, but the dude is
Oh, I have.
crazy.
No, I have. I have.
He's
I
crazy.
have.
All I know is that the best thing to the Grimshar is to just give simple sentences, big letters,
Yeah, no,
small
he did
words.
not understand. He did not understand more than like 3 directions. So I.
That's
can
so you've met him, yeah. So I found the fewer words, the better. And I said, if you want him to come here, I would probably say, Grimshar, come here. What's more simple than that?
He doesn't understand directions very well.
All right.
I don't know what his plans are. He just told me to. I told you what he told me to do, so I can send him any message you want. But I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what the plans are. Nobody tells me shit.
Just stick with come here. Come here as soon as possible. Like now, probably the best idea.
And Zavroski will go over to Jake and be like, you were with them. Make sure he doesn't try and, I know it's a few words, but make sure he doesn't try and code something into the message.
Good idea.
All right, what do you want me to write? What do you want me to write?
Groom shot,
Trouble,
come
come
here
quick.
now. Oh yeah, there we go. Trouble, come quick. Good one, Jakey.
All right, got it. Trouble, come quick. And he, like I said, this guy is broken. He just wants to
We all know
cooperate.
Grimshar's good at coming quick, so
Yeah. Oh!
Mm.
Oh!
I love the flashbacks.
Oh, Jake, that was low down.
Minute man.
Low
Womp
down.
womp.
All right, you send the snake off, and the snake goes off. It is dark, however, and you wait, and some time goes on past dark, and the outside the estate or by the gate of the estate, torches are lit, and guards stand by. After maybe an hour or so, you guys are kind of watching out, and 2 things come to your realization. One is that the guards that were at the gate are no longer at the gate. There are torches standing there, but the gate is unmanned. The second is you're almost positive, being seasoned adventurers, that the sounds blowing across the way on the wind are that of combat coming out of the Growlhound estate.
Time to go in.
It could be time to go in, except we are out
It's
of
time
time.
to leave.
Except we're out of time. Oh my god. Yes. And it's gonna be some time until we find out what this all means. Missing guards, sound of combat, a snake
It's
that
gonna be a
has
while until Ordeth gets a response from Alona.
Yep,
a
2 weeks.
snake
Ugh.
that has begged Grimshar, Elona's good friend, to come quickly, which apparently he doesn't need much help doing. But oh God, so much going on. Best case scenario, 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks. I'm thinking it's gonna be 2 more weeks.
We
Next
will be
week,
playing next week.
oh yeah, next week. I am gonna be out having yet another child. If I figure out how this shit keeps happening, I will absolutely do something about it. I don't know if anybody has any ideas. Let me know. If you
It's very simple how it happens.
if you guys know how this happens, let me know. Hit us up on
But a
Discord.
mom and a daddy love each other very much.
Called you using the push and pray method instead of the pull-out method. and that's
Come chat with us on Discord. Hit us up on Twitter. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. That I keep having all these kids. That'd be fantastic.
Having sex.
Yeah.
Abstinence.
Abstinence only, Roy.
Next week, like I said, the entire gang, sans me, will be here, so you don't want to miss that. We're going to pick up the same game that Jake has been running. Maybe the week after that, we'll see. And within the next couple of weeks, we will pick this up, and we're going to find out what's going on in the Growlhund estate. Oh my God, so much happening. And can Ordath finish winning over Elona's heart? And or will her new relationship with Cole turn out to be an issue with that?
Love triangle.
I don't know. But next time we come here, we will find out. Until then, God, you guys are amazing. Are you kidding me? Ragnar.